Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Skraturdays, an Avenue Studios production with a squirrel plays. Let me know how sound resounds in your ears. I see a lot of awesome people in chat. 𝐼𝐵𝐷𝐸𝐴, Tom, what's up guys? How are you? We are going to be playing Adventurous today. Again, let me know how sound resounds, let me know music level, and first, we're going to introduce the players. Of course, our Skraturday special guest, as always, Skrat from Squirrel Plays. How are you, my brother?
I'm all right, man. How's it going? Glad to be here on this not Saturday, but a Sunday.
Yep. We were joking about it. It's like Scrunday. Do we call it a Scrunday? Or,
Well, Skraturday is whatever day we need it to be. That's what makes it special. It's
right.
Whatever. It's not limited to Saturday.
Beautiful. And some other special guests. We'll go to our other very often guest, Dave from 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐷𝐸𝐴 Games. How are you, my brother?
All right, I'm sick, but I'm doing good. So if I cough in anybody's ear, I apologize.
It's been going around, man. We were talking about it behind the scenes.
I got hit by the flu, and then a week later I get hit by this cold, so I'm
Wait till you
done
hear what
with being
Sebastian's
sick.
been through.
Yeah, right? Yeah, basically, I'm not sure what Skrat is, 𝐼𝐵𝐷𝐸𝐴, but we'll see. Before we do that, our newest guest, longtime friend, you would have seen him in some of our page excursions. Glen, how are you?
I'm doing great and just ready to roll with Adventurous.
Yeah! We're gonna roll some D6s, I think. Speaking of, let me see. There are, of course, ways for you guys to influence the game before I introduce our guest of honor. You can influence the game by buying disadvantage or advantage for players or the Game Master. I did also throw in at the top tier, you can buy or remove momentum, which is a mechanic in the game. So we'll see how much chaos that causes for Sebastian.
Sounds fun. I mean, I'm prepared.
Excellent. As always, if we hit $50 on stream, it unlocks our Bane or Boon poll. So we got that up. So see if you guys can add something good or bad to the story here. And our guest of honor, Sebastian from Dawnfist Games and the Adventurous system. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. This is going to be great to take this system for a spin with a new group of people. So I played this many times, probably close to 100 games, I guess, with all the playtesting. But
awesome.
Never a group of new faces like this. So it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. I'm sure we'll drive you crazy. I will, at least. We'll see. And 𝐼𝐵𝐷𝐸𝐴, yes, that is indeed the Glen Finney right there. Guys, links in the description below for all the guests. Most importantly, of course, is Sebastian and Dawnfist Games. We got their drive-through RPG link and their website. So check that out for Adventurous and all the cool stuff that Sebastian has going on. And I think we've got video, we've got audio, and we've got the dice VTT up. Let's do this. Sebastian, take us away.
Thank you. I mean, so today we're going to play an adventure that I wrote together called the Chalice of Oaths. Oaths, I guess you should be particular with the age, I guess, because it's not a chalice full of oaths. I mean, that would be a different kind of chalice. I mean,
I forgot to say, one saying on our channel is we use silly dice or silly voices. Silly dice again, Austin, if you're watching. Silly voices. So, of course, Sebastian comes pre-made with a beautiful accent. I'll be goofing around, and I'm sure the rest of us will try. Although, Skrat, you also come pre-made.
Oh, well, gee, thanks.
Dave and I on the East Coast are just your default American accent.
I don't know. I'm pretty Mainer.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm sporting my Swedish-English mix. So, yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, for those of you who find standard American accents exotic, you'll be thrilled.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna play then Chalice of Oaths, and we're gonna play, of course, an Adventurous. So yeah, the game system that I've designed myself. 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears and laughs.
Look at
of
that,
course.
man. That's great.
And it's so the elevator pitch of the system is that it's built to be as intuitive as possible for people that are not used to tabletop role-playing games. It's super fun to play if you are used to them, and it works for all kinds of play. But the thing is that I dissected the whole hobby and all the different games that I played when I grew up with my friends, and I just thought about every single mechanic and subsystem and thought, like, does it really have to be this way? Is this the most simple way of sort of introducing it to a new player? And it turned out that no. So everything is very custom in that sense. So we don't use D20s, we use D6s because everyone has D6s at home. Everyone's got a Yahtzee, a Monopoly, something.
Yep.
You can get started on the same day you download a PDF. We don't use, for example, a separate 2-hit and damage roll because that's unnecessary rolling. Even if rolling is fun, I mean, it's just twice the time it takes. And then, so that's like the core principle here, like make it as easy as possible to learn and get started and run it. And then the second big part of the game is that everything is made to be as easy as possible for the GM as well, so the Game Master. Because everyone that has ever Game Mastered a game knows that it's a tough job. It's a lot to keep track of, a lot to learn. So all the different mechanics and systems are there to help the GM. Everything from like the whole system being player facing. So the players roll all the dice, the GM doesn't. So that saves the GM some time and headspace. And then sort of on the other end of the spectrum, you got like all the monsters and the enemies in the game. You roll on a attack or abilities table there to see what attack or spell they choose to use. So there's some super light built-in NPC AI there. And again, that's to alleviate the GM, so you don't have to think about like, what should this goblin do now? Or what should the dragon do? You can just roll a dice and then the game decides for you, and then you can sort of keep track of the important stuff. That's the gist of like the elevator pitch. I mean, if you want to keep track of new stuff showing up, the best way to do that is to subscribe to the newsletter. And you can find everything on the Dawnfist site, dawnfist.com, like newsletters and the game, blog posts, and interesting stuff in general.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Let's do it.
So, are you ready, guys?
I think
Ready.
so.
Yeah, I mean, and these players, they've like for the chat, so to say, they're a bit scared about how deadly the system can be. And I mean, that is absolutely true. You can go down in a few hits, definitely. And I won't add any plot armor to them, so we'll see how they fare, basically.
Perfect.
And making a new character takes like 2 minutes, so we don't have to worry about losing them and then getting stuck in a 1.5 hour character generation. Let's begin then with this magnificent thematic music in the background. So, you guys, or should we introduce the characters first, I guess, with the names and everything, right?
Sure.
We get to know them.
Yeah. I guess I'll start with my dwarven cleric. May have been put together by a good friend. Thank you, Glenn. My name is 𝐼𝑪𝑗, and I am here to spread the light and to bring healing wherever I go. So, I am looking forward to traveling with all of my friends here. And that's me, I guess.
Who wants to go?
I guess I'll start. I'm Dagnar Ironvein, the fingery thief of the group. A dwarven as my partner. We'll see how well I can slip through things.
We're like two sides of the same coin, eh? Light and dark.
Well, sure, if you want to say that.
I love
My
that our
coin tends to be single-sided.
Nandi.
Let's see. I am Frank the Tank. We are a very serious group, and his shtick is, let's see, what was it? So I'm here to smite heretics and praise the sun, and I can't see the sun.
I like that a lot.
So he's the paladin, and I should have taken the heavy armor kit, but I didn't because I wanted a big old hammer. So it's more effective for what he likes to do.
Yes.
Well, you know, my sun-serving friend, I do like to come out when the sun goes down. I'm Larry, prince of the southern elven kingdom of 𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿, and I'm here to entertain, enthrall, and hopefully help my stalwart colleagues here as we venture forth on this Oath of a Chalice run.
I love how
Like
we
it
have
very
two
much.
dark characters and two very light characters.
It's perfect.
Sounds like the perfect bard. The one we want.
And remember your southern elven tier merch.
Yeah. I love Mother Duggar. We will be doing another Penguin game later this week, so join us for that. It's called Party Balance. That's right, Pocket Dimension.
Nice. Sorry, I had to do a slight detour to refresh the alarm system again here. That's,
You're
so
good,
that's
man.
why I had to run away, because it's an automatic alarm system at the office I'm in, since it's after closing hours here in Sweden. I might have to do another alarm run in an hour or so, but that's just good for sort of a cliffhanger, I think.
Absolutely. Your timing was perfect too. We just finished introductions.
Perfect. Nice. So you guys are in the region of Stonevale. You're sitting at an extravagant and lavish dinner table. Everything you can imagine, almost at this table, you can find. You got roasted whole pigs, you got grapes, wine and ale, and even some small cheese balls, actually, which is kind of unfamiliar for you.
But
And-
did they have peanut butter and pickles?
They have almond butter and pickles, but when you say peanut butter, they are very intrigued.
Oh,
They haven't heard about this peanut butter, but they would definitely want to try it.
Quite exotic. It's from overseas. You should try it. I could whip up a little something for you sometime.
And real quick shout out to the chat. They're asking, this is Adventurous by Dawn Fist Games. Sebastian, our game master, is the author. Adventurous, links in the description below.
What I
There
highlight.
it is. Yes. Physical copies. They're the best.
Yeah, I love it. Love holding it, flipping through the pages.
Mm.
So, especially fascinated by this peanut butter idea is your host, Lord Edric Valehurst. And he's the Lord of the Stonevale, and you are in his mansion in the village of Dunmire. And you are here because yesterday when you arrived in Dunmire, looking for adventure as you are, since you are a band of merry adventurers. You were greeted by the guards of Dunmire, and after having checked out the tavern, they approached you and said that our Lord Edric Valehurst would very much want to invite you guys to a dinner tomorrow night.
Now, is this Edric Valehurst of the Northern Valehursts?
That's a common misconception. This is his name equal, but for the western regions.
Oh, very pleased to make your acquaintance.
He's happy to see you, and he is happy to see that you are gorging on the on the food on the table. And it's
Well, I do have to keep my weight down. You know, you got to be careful. You got to keep that slim elven figure going.
Oh, you need to put meat on your bones, boy. You're so skinny. Have some of these cheese balls. They're amazing.
I don't know. My elven mama always told me to be a little careful of those cheese balls.
the Stoneville cheese balls, they are famous.
They are delicious. Wow.
And Edric, when he feels that you have eaten enough to feel comfortable and full-bellied, he says that I'm super happy, or I'm thrilled to have you at my dinner table. It's my honor, of course, to have such fine gentlemen joining me and my servants and my family. And as you heard from my guards yesterday, I have a special matter that I would need your help with. I require your help with. The fact is that I've and my family, we have ruled in this region for generations, for centuries. But a very important family heirloom, a very beautiful and ornate chalice, was recently stolen by a band of simple outlaws. They, of course, want our family heirloom because I assume that they will sell it for scraps and buy mead or something simple. They are simple people after all. But I need your help with retrieving the chalice. And then you might ask, of course, why don't I just send my guards? And that's a fair question.
Why don't you just send your guards?
It's a very good question. But if the chalice was stolen, who knows what happens tomorrow? So they need to stay put here and guard the mansion, guard the village, of course, and guard the people. They depend on me for their safety. Everyone nods at the table, around the table.
Very,
Yes,
very civic-minded of you.
He appears to be highly liked by the other dinner guests as well. They approve of his logic and say, yeah, that makes very much sense. We need the guards here. So I would need your help with traveling to where I think the outlaws are hiding in a ruined watchtower, a small keep called Bathron Keep, which is not far from here, and retrieve the chalice. Do you think you can help me with that after this lavish dinner? It feels that you're sort of energized and filled with courage, right?
I mean, what's in it for us? I mean,
The joy of adventure.
I don't do anything for free.
Ah, here he goes.
That's another fair question. And I offer you a pile of coins. Dwarf high pile of coins.
The dwarf high.
Yes.
Could we get
I could probably buy one sandwich with
it? You know, a
And of
paladin
course-
high pile of coins, that's a real pile.
That is, maybe depending on the manner of the retrieval of the chalice, we can discuss an elf-high pile of coins. But for now, it must be a dwarf-high pile of coins. Not corpse.
Fair, although
Oh,
I
this
will
took a
point
sudden
out
turn, guys.
We'll bring back.
It's okay. I can stand on my tippy toes. We'll be good.
And I will point out, in the southern kingdoms of the elves, we do get a little tall.
I am prepared for that. I will also
I know you
offer,
are.
of course, as many cheese balls as you can eat.
I'm in.
On your return.
See what Glenn doesn't know is I'm 6'3" and also in the Elvis area, so this is getting really funny.
It's so good. The squirrels in Graceland.
Do I have your word that you will try your best to retrieve the chalice and as quickly as possible? Time is of the essence because it feels uneasy to not have the family heirloom here in the mansion.
Absolutely. And since
Of
time
course.
is of the essence, do you perhaps have a conveyance or some steeds that we could use to make haste in this mission?
Good question. Why don't you make a charisma test to see how well you can persuade him to give you advanced sort of supplies or equipment to support you in this. And this is a good time to explain some of the core mechanics here.
I love it.
So all the characters in Adventurous have 5 attributes. So strength, dexterity, willpower, knowledge, and charisma. And they work very much as you would assume them to work if you've ever played a tabletop game before. And you have a score in these attributes ranging from 1 to 5. And the score you have, that's how many d6s you roll when you want to test that attribute. And you want to look for 5s and 6s when you roll. So it's a d6 dice pool system.
Now, Sebastian, by any chance, since really I'm trying to help him help us help him, any chance that this roll would be with your version of advantage, which you could also highlight for the team?
Good question. Well, that's an A for effort, at least. I mean, advantage in this game gives you another die. Though. So if you have 4 in charisma, in this case, you want to roll test charisma, then you have a score of 4, and then you are awarded advantage for some reason, you will roll 5 dice instead. And I would say, yes, absolutely. I mean, it is. He's asking you guys to help him, so I mean, it's if he gives you extra supplies, it's he that benefits from it.
All right, well, let's rock and roll.
First roll. Oh, okay. Good, that's good.
You're
Get it
the
out
worst
now.
bard I've ever seen.
So that's an interesting roll. So he says that I think I understand what you're trying to ask for. He has to think a little bit, like trying to decipher because it wasn't super clear what you were actually asking for. But he says, "Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but we don't really have anything we can spare. We need the guards here, and they need to be supplied. Otherwise, we're jeopardizing the safety of the town, and I can't have that, as you can see." And everyone at the table are like, they're nodding, agreeing. Sensible.
Dagnar and I don't do very well with animals, I think, anyways.
But I can give you some guidance, of course, in this quest.
Always appreciated.
The way to Valthorn Keep is you can take 2 routes, basically. It's not far from here. It's basically a half-day's journey. But you would have to choose between taking a canoe on the river, which is usually fairly safe, depending on how much it has rained in the last few days up in the hill in the mountains. Yeah. But it's usually a safe trip. Or you can travel through the ravine on foot. The ravine is. I have scouts that have reported signs of these outlaws in the ravine as well. So, I mean, either route you. Since you are so able, of course, you should be able to make your way there without any issues, but you would have to choose a route that you feel more comfortable with.
Is anyone here good with the boats? Because it is not me.
Out of character to Sebastian, for Adventurous, what makes you good at boats?
Good question. I would say, depending on the situation, it's since we have no lists of skills or anything like that. All different roles are made with the 5 attributes. So it would probably be a mix between maybe strength in some cases and knowledge in other cases. Knowledge is very much a is a broad attribute that you use for everything. Your accumulated knowledge, as it says in the book. So it's everything from picking locks, disarming traps, I would say, paddling a canoe, navigating a ship, all those kind of things.
Let's go with the boat. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Put the big boys in the middle, maybe.
I have a canoe ready for you down by the docks if you would like to take that route, he says.
Well, if that's what you adventuring party people want to do, I'm up for a river tour.
I didn't say I want to do it, but I'll go wherever we need to go.
I guess.
Perfect.
I mean-
I will arrange the canoe. And you can finish your dinner, of course. Have some extra wine. It's usually a good combination, I've heard, with boating and drinking.
What is the name of the river we're going down that you're sending us down?
It's the Granite Delta River.
Granite Delta River.
Yeah, as you can
Home of the
tell.
Delta Blues.
Yeah, it has some rough patches, of course, but it's a nice river. So you make your way down to you finish your meal. You have some extra sips of wine, I guess. It's this delicious wine. It's really good.
I'm taking some cheese balls with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Stuff them in my pocket for later.
Little jerky for the road. Any other supply we might be able to cram in just to make sure that we are well victualed for our trip down the Delta.
Good point. Yeah, he supplies you with some satchels that you can have food in, and everyone that has available inventory slots, which is the way the encumbrance system works in this game. All characters have 8 inventory slots, and each slot can hold 1 item, except for some very large items taking 2 slots, like a 2-handed weapon.
I got one of those.
A pole arm, or an alchemy kit, for example. Those take up 2 slots, but everything else takes up 1 slot, and that goes equal for like a sword or a ring. It's 1 slot, and that evens out in the end. Even though you could argue that a ring is smaller than a sword, but it does even out. So you can add, if you have space, 1 slot of food. So that's food for 1 day, so you don't have to worry about spending your hard-earned supplies.
I don't have any room.
No, I think some of you are
Neither.
full.
I'm full too.
I filled up.
Larry is used to, hitting the buffet line, so he's always got a little extra room.
Glen's gonna crush Scrap by the end. I love his references.
What I'm here for.
Perfect. So you're stocked up on food, and everyone has. You've got the stuff. There's nothing in particular you want to shop around the town for before you go. You're happy with your equipment kits.
Yeah, well, so we were allowed to spend our 25 coins, right? That we had.
Absolutely. There's a general store just next door to the mansion.
All right, because I spent it all on a 6-foot piece of chain.
Yeah, perfect. You bought
What
an extra
exactly is
long
your
chain.
intention with that 6-foot piece of chain? That's mighty intriguing.
Now, where it says 2 supplies, we just kind of make something up, right?
Exactly. So the way supplies work, as in the actual word supplies capitalized there in this game, it's an abstracted item. So you buy supplies or find supplies, so you can start with supplies, and they are only supplies, sort of abstract, until you need them, and then you convert them to something. So you sort of retcon what you actually packed. So you don't have to plan ahead for every single specific item that you want to pack, like 2 ropes or 1 rope, or did I pack 2 torches or 1 torch? You just buy supplies, and then when you need it to be a torch, 1 supply is turned into a torch, and another supply can be turned into a rope.
Okay. I didn't know you could change them later, because I had picked pythons, and if Parker's watching this, he'll be very proud of me.
I mean, those are useful, absolutely. But you can just write supply, and then if you need pythons, then you have pythons. But then you don't have a torch, for example.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, and that works really, really well. I mean, because it streamlines the whole shopping experience. You just buy supplies, and then you know what you have.
Very good, very good.
So, my clerical friend, I don't know how well we'll need that alchemical supplies. I don't know if you wanted to see if you could sell it for some coin, get something more practical, but that's entirely up to you.
Oh, I mean, can I make drinks with it? How long will we be? What do you think? Did we get an idea of how long?
Your feeling from Edric Valehurst is that he expects you to bring back the chalice within a maximum 2 days.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's going to be very worried.
I suppose I could leave it behind. I have a little coin to spend. Maybe I could pick up another potion of healing, or maybe a floaty. I don't like the water.
Maybe get like a vest or corkwood, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sealed with some pitch.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You could, since there is a river here nearby, they actually have corkwood vests.
Oh, well, let's pick up some of those.
I will.
I mean,
Yes.
they are 35 coins for each corkwood vest.
Oh,
See, that is the thing. Inflation is just killing me in these northern lands.
how much?
Corkwood vests go for much more reasonable prices in the southern forests.
Yeah, the shopkeep, he understands your predicament, but he says that, yeah, we don't do much swimming around here as in the southern part. So, I mean, it's supply and demand, you know.
Well, how much would you take for an alchemy kit?
He's intrigued. It's a valuable item, so he says that I could trade that for 2 corkwood vests.
So I really help to spotlight this. I mean, look at the quality of these chemicals. You're not going to get these just anywhere. I mean, and you can see clearly there are 4 of us. I'm just saying, you know, can you cut us a deal? We are
The
on a
bard's
mission.
gonna make us pay more. Just wait.
We are on a mission for, the Lord up here, and this would go far, probably not just helping us out and feeling we might owe you something to trade back if we can find something, but also may put you in good light with the Lord of this land.
I could lend you vests, but then I would need something in return, something as something that you
Collateral.
leave with me. Yeah, some collateral.
Well, what about we leave you the alchemy kit as collateral, and we will bring these back.
That doesn't add up, right? Because it's only worth 2 vests, and you want 4. But he wants to tend to other customers. That's the feeling you get. But he's still focused on you. But would you like to purchase then, or trade 2 vests for the alchemy kit? Should we strike that deal now, sir?
I don't know that we could fit one on top of Frank's head anyways. So what if I throw some coin in and we call it 3? Alchemy kit and coin for down payment, and we get 3 for the rest of us. You could probably walk on the bottom of the lake anyways, right, Frank?
He thinks
me.
it's a fine deal.
Frank, wake up! Wake up! The sun is
I
still
was
out.
Frank. I don't have armor, so I'm not gonna sink.
Oh, you know, I'm just going by the art. It's just the big helmet. It always looks like you do. He's so.
It's just really lousy armor. That's the problem. I got a chain. I can tie myself to the boat.
That's
He
true.
accepts the deal, though. I mean, you throw in 25 coins and the alchemy kit, and you get 3 vests. The deal is sealed.
I want the one with the unicorn engraving.
I
I see you, chat.
The alchemist kid. I think you should have the unicorn. It looks very fetching on you, I gotta say.
I'm hoping it's blessed by the Fae or something. I'm very afraid of water.
Well, I'm not too worried about the blessing since I'm Fae adjacent. But
So who's wearing the vests?
I think Larry is going to try and get a vest.
Yeah, was that who's not wearing
Eric's
a vest? I guess.
definitely, yeah.
I'll pass on the vest.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna chain myself to the boat. Or actually, I have
To a what about
climbing
Bob?
gear. I'm gonna imagine that has a rope with it, so I will tie myself to the boat in case it rolls over. I can cut the rope.
Does that make you the captain of this vessel, and that you're willing to go down with the ship?
Yeah.
Start boat.
I didn't say anything about going down with it.
Start boat.
Aye, aye, Captain Frank.
He was a good man.
Don't talk in
That's
past
my
tense
captain.
yet. He's still right there with us for now.
He is a good man.
I don't like this bard.
Come,
Oh, that's
let's
not
go.
what you said last week.
Well, you've finished your business in the general store and you walk to the docks. So you meet up with Edric's guards and they show you to your canoe. It's a nice, fine vessel, very well built. You got 4 oars, and they just direct you to go down, follow the downstreams for a few hours of paddling. It's of vigorous paddling. And you will eventually come across an old ruined watchtower perched on a cliff just beside the river. So you can't miss it. It's the first structure, basically. And one thing we actually forgot before, when you when you failed to convince the Lord to give you extra supplies, that was a failed attribute test then, which awards an experience
Thank you for bringing up such painful memories.
It was a particularly poor roll, so yeah, you get 1 experience point for that. You can mark experience on the backside of the character sheet.
Yay.
And if I remember correctly, you need 3, right, to reach 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Mhm. Yes.
So let's see who levels up first.
Who can fail
I
the
believe they
most?
call that failing forward.
Exactly. I mean,
Lesson
definitely.
learned.
Very much so. Yeah, you're gonna spend a few minutes contemplating your how you built the argument, etc., and then you're gonna sort of rehearse it next time.
Yeah, I should have sung it.
First mistake.
So you paddle down the river. It goes nice and smooth in the beginning. It's a regular fall day. It's October, so you definitely don't want to fall into the water. Of course, it's going to be freezing cold here up in the mountains. And you paddle, and then you remember the Lord saying it's usually a very nice and quiet trip, unless it's been raining a lot in the mountains earlier. And as you remember that, you hear the sound of flowing, aggressively flowing water, and you see some rapids coming up very, very quickly. You realize that we really need to manage this vessel carefully and skillfully in order to get past the sharp rocks without hurting the vessel or ourselves. So, and I mean, everything goes so much faster than you anticipated. It's all of a sudden let's see, what's the name of the cleric again?
Yarick.
Yarick.
Yarick the cleric.
Yarick the cleric, yeah. Rhyming, love it. Rhyming is always the best.
Larry spitting out rhymes.
Boom.
And what name did we have for the rogue?
Nar.
Bernard.
Dagmar.
Dagnar, sorry.
Oh,
Dagnar.
Not to be confused with Ragnar.
Correct.
Totally different.
Yeah, correct. And Larry, that was the bard Larry, or was that the paladin Larry?
The bardic persuasion, Lair B. Lair is my first name. Re is my regal name.
Perfect. I missed the names when I refilled the alarm budget here.
You'll never
And
guess Scrats.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank, fantastic.
Except I didn't bring the armor. But
Frank the Tank to be, maybe. It's a prophecy.
Ooh, character goal.
there you go.
So I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do 2 rolls here to see who needs to act, basically.
Okay.
A 2 and a 3. So judging from my order on the screen, Dagnar realizes that you are in the position to steer this vessel right based on the approach towards the jagged rocks. So you need to give me a knowledge test to see if you're able to understand how to navigate the vessel against the rocks. So
All right.
what's your knowledge score? Is it 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, same thing, best friends.
out of character, Sebastian. So, as a bard, I am inspiring, and it does say I have an ability that allows me to provide, and I wasn't sure because it says the following, either a +2 damage or ability. So I wasn't sure what the ability part of that was. If you could illuminate.
Yeah. But it's the at will ability inspire. Yeah. So you either give +2 damage, or you give an ally +2 damage with a sort of a regular weapon attack or a single target ability, right? That's how it's worded, I think.
It says ability, but I wasn't sure what that means, single target ability.
Yeah, an example of that would be like the Warlock's ability, Shadow Bolt, for example, which is a single target sort of spell-like ability. So that would then deal 2 extra damage, but not, for example, the Wizard's Fireball ability if shot at as an AoE attack, because so that you don't increase the damage to every single target by 2 there. So only to single targets.
Okay, so it's only for damage addition. Got it.
Yes.
Oh, I got a 5.
Sorry, a 5.
Snap, dude.
Nice. You steer it. You figure out the perfect angle to put down the oar in the water, and you avoid the sharpest of the rocks in the beginning. But then, all of a sudden, 𝐤𝐵𝐺 realizes
Oh no.
that the canoe is drifting sideways, and you need to brace with your oar against the rocks. So give me a strength test to see if you manage to do that, or if the canoe will crash into the rocks.
Okay, I got a 2 in strength. I'm sorry.
Almost.
It's a 5
But if
total.
you add them together,
So that's another failure. When that, it means another experience point.
Yay.
𝐤𝐵𝐺 gains an experience point, and what happens then is, so the canoe, you don't really have the power enough to push against the rocks with the oar. So the canoe crashes into the rocks, and I'm gonna roll again. This is unforgiving here for.
Why are the dwarves doing everything in the boat?
I don't know.
Now with your short arms, I mean, it makes more sense for the long guys to.
I feel like it
manage
was stereotyping. They thought you were strong.
I'm not. I do a lot of praying, that's it.
So when the canoe crashes into the rocks, Dagnar falls into the water.
Oh no.
Dagnar, no!
And you tumble around in the ice cold water, but you do have the vest, so you don't really go underneath it. So you take a lot of hits from the rocks. You stay afloat, so you don't risk drowning here, which is good.
The chain.
yeah, that's what I was saying. The
It's the
chain
only way
or,
to catch Dagnar and getting back up.
I have the climbing gear. Does that include a rope too? I would assume.
Doesn't actually. I mean,
Oh,
it's
it
like
doesn't.
climbing shoes and some what you have the
Okay.
stuff.
All
you
right. Well, I
to
guess
crack in the
I'll
mountain.
I'll throw the chain to him. I guess. I hope he catches it.
Chain.
Yeah, I mean, the chain works. I mean, it's still very close. You were very attentive to steer. I mean, you notice it quickly. you throw the chain and you can pull Dagnar up, but Dagnar, you still take 2 points of damage from ignoring armor or surpassing armor, which works as damage reduction in this game. So if you have 2 points of armor, you take 2 points of damage less from a hit. But in this case, this bypasses armor.
And if I'm not mistaken, no matter your damage reduction, you always take at least one, right?
Exactly.
See,
I mean,
I
love running for players who've actually read the rules. It's fantastic. It's a GM's wet dream.
Dave knows.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, exactly. If you have 3 points of armor, which is the highest you can ever have, regardless of magic or armor or whatever you have, you always take 1 damage, even if a goblin would hit you for 2 damage and you have 3 armor, that's still 1 point of armor damage. Otherwise, it will grind to a halt, and we want to move forward. So yes, Dagnar, you take 2 points of damage. You get up in the canoe again. You're cold. You're wet. You feel a bit. Doesn't really feel fair that you actually managed to steer this canoe perfectly. You avoided the worst part, but then Jan was just too weak to manage to keep you safe.
I will hand the oar to Scrat. What's your character's name again?
Frank the Tank.
Frank. I'll hand it to Frank and be like, "It's your turn."
I think that's a wise choice.
We all saw
I
that.
gotta do everything around here.
Yes, you do.
And as he says that, I will shake my hair and get him all wet. Yeah, everything. You have to do everything.
Filthy dwarf.
It smells of old ale.
So I think Lair just leans back a little bit, nibbling on some cheese.
Sounds about right.
That's it. I love it.
I mean, it checks out.
Quick question in chat for momentum. What is momentum?
We don't have any.
Nope.
We lost it all when we hit the rocks.
Yeah, good question. So, I mean, momentum is a party shared resource. So whenever a player character makes a test and rolls 2 6s, that's called double 6s. It's called that, and that's what it is. The party gets momentum, and the player also gets 1 experience point. So that's sort of the closest thing to a critical hit you can get. And when a party has momentum, they can choose to spend it to re-roll 1 die. That's what someone makes, and a roll someone makes. And the thing is that you have momentum until you rest in any capacity, because that would break momentum, of course. So you could get momentum from perfectly steering the canoe right here, and then you could sort of keep the pace up and then spend it if you end up in a fight later. But you could also use momentum to activate certain magic items. It all depends on what kind of effects they have. So you need to think carefully before spending it and see if it's the best use case.
Especially with
Frank,
the
you
way
remember last week when we had momentum?
This bard is inspiring me to make this a 3-man party.
Please just get us to land. I'm getting seasick.
Well, while Eric tries to dry up as best he can, but he's happy about the cork vest, though. I mean, that was a good purchase, but well done.
Guys, 𝐿𝐴𝐸𝐴 just bought the party momentum.
Oh, nice.
The gods above.
You better not rest then, guys.
Yep. Thank you, 𝐿𝐴𝐸𝐴.
You paddle vigorously, and you for an hour or so extra, and then you see on the horizon where the river bends around a large cliff, and you see an old watchtower, partly ruined watchtower, and you can see fire, the flickering light from fire from the first and the second floor of it. You see a silhouette of what's probably someone at the top of the watchtower keeping watch, and you approach with the canoe silently, and you don't see anything moving about on ground level where you are now. So below the cliff, you tie the canoe to a small dock, an old, murky wooden dock, and you are now facing the watchtower that you were sent to, basically. How do you want to approach this?
Carefully.
That is a very good choice.
Do you have any thoughts, Dagnar? The stealthy is not quite my, in my repertoire.
I mean, it's a tower, you said, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a watchtower with like a base structure that's wider than the actual tower, and then the tower appears to have 2 floors, and then sort of a platform at the top where someone is probably guarding.
I mean, I have a grappling hook.
I think Frank
Frank's got some climbing gear.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Would you like to sort of scout around the area to get a better view of the place?
Yeah, that's probably. Let's.
Is there a blind
scout
spot
out?
to approach?
So we got a sneaky person in here, don't we?
do.
Theoretically.
Yeah. Let the sneaky person do it.
Theoretically, we'll see how I roll.
Dagmar's
Yeah.
like a leaf on the wind.
Very inspiring, very inspiring. But do you
Frank rolls his eyes
uh,
inside his helmet.
do you sneak around and take a look at the area, or?
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So the rest of the party, I assume, then sort of stay by the dock to try to stay hidden.
Stay out of sight.
And then I would like then to Dagnar to do a dexterity test to see if you achieved a recon mission here.
I think we sent the right dwarf.
A 6 and a 5.
Nice.
I don't know if
That's a
ones
strong-
don't make a difference, right?
No, exactly. Ones don't count. So a 5 and a 6, that means that you got 2 successes, because we're looking for successes, and 5s and 6s are that. And if you get 2, it could be 2 6s, 2 5s, or 1 of each. That's a strong success. So that's really good. If you would have gotten 1 5, or 1 6, they're equal. You
It's a
get a
weak
weak
success.
Yeah, and none, as we saw from the bard before, that's a failure.
But XP.
Exactly, but XP. So you always get something fun when you roll. You either get XP and fail, or you get the success you wanted. So it's everybody wins.
I like that.
So you scout around the watchtower. You go around the cliff. You see you sneak up just to peek with your nose and your eyes above the cliff, and you see that by the main gate of this tower there appears to be 2 men, rough men, and 2 guard dogs, big beasts. And you see at the top of the tower, in certain angles you can see that there is indeed a scout-looking person there with a bow keeping watch. And you hear and see flickering light. You see flickering light from the inside the tower, and you can make out that there's probably more living beings inside. And most interestingly, you also find that there's not partly hidden. There's a door in the cliff at your level where you are now, just around the bend from the docks. There's a door leading into the cliff, appearing to be leading into a basement of the tower.
I will go back to the party and say, look, nobody said anything about dogs.
What?
There's dogs.
Nah, little
I don't
dog.
do dogs.
Yeah, like the big rat.
No, big dog.
Ah.
Big dog.
We do have some meat.
I was going to say, do they like cheese balls?
Judging by your
there-
experience, everyone loves cheese balls.
There is the door that leads down to what appears to be a basement. Maybe we can sneak in that way.
Do they
That
have?
sounds like a capital idea.
There's no good approach for climbing, then.
Not that I saw, no.
Okay.
There appears to be. You could definitely attempt to climb the tower, but it's fairly tall, so it would require a lot of skill to scale it successfully. And if you were to approach it from the cliff side where you are now, it would be even taller to climb up the cliff as well. So you would probably have to want to do it from the
And I don't think these corkwood vests would make us bounce.
I was going to say, if it requires skill, we probably shouldn't do it.
Probably will bounce more than if you don't have the corkwood vest.
I don't want to find out if dwarves bounce. I like this basement idea. Underground is where I belong.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you go check on the sturdy wooden door, and it appears to be locked. Would you like to attempt to try and pick the lock?
Absolutely, I would. That's another dex check.
Exactly. No, sorry, it's a knowledge test. Since
Knowledge test.
knowing how
Okay.
knowing
We
how to
have
pick a lock
momentum if
is-
you need it.
Yeah, exactly. You do.
I got a 3.
I
You got
say
a 3.
go. Right, guys? Are you guys good with him using it?
Do it.
So reroll it.
Thank you,
Yep.
Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can reroll it. Yeah, you got a 2.
I'll take that experience point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're making a great way towards level 2 here.
So-
That's nice.
So you said this knowledge ability to try and finagle this lock?
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's you could have the deftest of hands, but if you don't know how a lock works, it's hard to pick it.
I have a
Man.
hammer. I'm just saying.
It's,
I have a couple pythons.
I don't think of it as my forte, but I could try my hand at the lock if you'd like.
I just want to narrate the outcome of the
My
failed
failure.
lock-picking test. Yeah, exactly. Because since it states in the rules here as a sort of also a core tenet here, the GM should never allow rolling unless there's severe consequences for failure.
Right, it does.
Because otherwise, everything just turns into an easy XP farm, I guess. So you finagle with the lock and you attempted to pick it with whatever sort of item you had laying around. Since you are a rogue, you do have the class feature of not needing a lockpick to pick locks. So you're not spending supplies, which is good. That's nice for you. You didn't spend a supply. But yeah, exactly. You had some sort of bobby pin there. So you try it. You don't really succeed. But what you do succeed is triggering the trap on the door.
Oh dear.
And
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Traps.
yeah, the last
Didn't
thing
check
you
for traps.
remember is a loud flash and a loud boom, and a bright flash and a loud boom, and because you're basically in your face, the trap of the explosive dust trap triggers in your face. And it was ironic then that you also were the one to fall into the water. But yeah, you take 5 damage from the trap.
Ow. Okay.
Armor
I
does
told
work in
you,
this
I
case.
gotta do everything.
Your armor protects you, and you have a light armor, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm down to 4.
You took 4 damage exactly, and you took so you should be at 4 now exactly
Yeah.
total. So I mean that's but, I mean an experience point is good.
Potion?
Sorry?
I'm
I
going
believe
to,
our cleric has a potion.
before the guards can even get there, I'm going to slam the potion right in Dagdar's mouth. Drink this.
Yeah, nice. You spend the
It
healing
works
potion.
better than it tastes.
5
5 HP.
You spend the healing
for that.
potion, and yeah, you recover 5 hit points, right?
Yep.
It says, I think. Yeah, perfect. So you're at 9 then.
That makes me feel better.
You do hear the quick footsteps or paw steps, whatever you call the stepping of 4-legged creatures.
Oh no.
You see
And dogs.
you see faces of people coming around the side of the cliff, looking down, shouting, "Get him! Get him!" And then you hear the paws increasing in speed, and you're obviously then being attacked by the guards and their dogs because of the loud bang from the dust powder explosion. So they seem to go by the creed of attack first, ask questions later in this case. This means that... Sorry, that's their call, yeah, exactly. This means that we are now entering combat then. And I want everyone to make a knowledge test because we need to establish initiative.
This
And
is
initiative
going as
works in
well.
the sense that everyone makes a knowledge test. If you pass, then you go before the enemy. If you fail, you go after the enemy. And this is the only exception to the experience point rule. So you don't get experience points from initiative test rules. So who
How
passed
does
and
a
who
5
failed?
and a 6 sit with you?
So Larry passed.
5 and a 6. I believe that
nice.
passes.
Fantastic. Anyone else
I got a
pass?
5. I got a 5.
Nice, nice, nice.
Ragnar.
Yerrick failed.
I also failed.
Same thing, best friends. I'm busy. I was finishing off the health potion on Dagnar.
This hammer's heavy. It makes me a little slow.
This is
I see.
going
Okay,
about
so-
as good as the last time.
Dagnar and Larry, what do you wanna do? So the guards at the top of the cliff, I would say that they are far from you. So we use distance zones basically. So close is sort of within. I don't know feet though. We don't do feet in Europe. But 5 meters. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
Dagmar, before you do anything, do you happen to have an ability to reach out and touch someone far?
No.
And you shoot them?
No.
I do.
You do, Yerrick?
Yeah, but I'm not going yet.
All right. Well, I think I would like to break out into the battle hymn of the party.
Yeah.
And I will use my ability to inspire them. Dagmar, I was going to inspire you, but I don't know that anyone's close enough to really help with that. So instead, I guess I'll inspire. Well, I got to see how inspirational my song is.
Yes.
So,
That's fair.
and then I'll know how many people I can inspire.
Frank's already decided. He doesn't like it.
So here comes my inspirational speech.
Let's go.
All right, that's a
see.
5 and a 6. That's a strong success by my reading of this, I believe, which means I can inspire 2 allies within far.
Correct. Exactly. So who do you inspire?
Real quick, Frank, do you have a way to reach out to people who are far away?
I do.
Very good. I think I'm going to have to look at my strong distant damage dealers, and I'm going to say, reach out and touch somebody's head. Give them a +2 to the damage to their next single target attacks. Both of them.
Nice.
Perfect.
Frank likes it despite himself. Or maybe is it the
I don't
anger?
like it.
Frank
It
Yeah.
makes me feel
starting to
tingly.
remember why he puts up with Larry.
Okay, so Yerrick, what do you? Dagnar. What does Dagnar want to do?
All right, we're no longer stealthy people, right?
Not anymore.
I'm gonna whip my leg across the door and kick it open, or try to. I probably won't succeed.
Let's try it. I mean, you would definitely need to roll a strong success on a strength test to. This
Oh,
is
I
a
can't even get
sturdy
it
door.
strong. I can only.
I
can
only
only
have
get
one
a
in
single.
strength. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're not even able to do it even if you would want to.
That's fine.
But I mean,
That's what my
the-
character would do. So he bang away at the door, not able to do it.
I love it.
You don't need to roll since you can't even succeed. But I mean,
Right.
you kick it with a lot of force, and you hear something rustling inside there. I mean, you hear noises on the other side. So that's at least information gained. The door won't budge, of course. It doesn't feel good in your knee. Just violently kicking the sturdiest door you come across in a long time. But it was a fine attempt, at least. Exactly.
Dagmar is always hurting himself, man.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the turn of the enemy then. I should, yeah, exactly. So owlbear, there it is. So the dogs, they are fast, meaning that they can reach you from far and still attack in melee, meaning otherwise that you, or in general terms for the PCs, you can usually move one zone of distance and then attack with a close quarter attack. So going from close to near, or near to then, which is then near, but then was distant from the beginning. So there's 4 range bands basically. The dogs attack. Let's see who they attack then. The both of the dogs. So I'm gonna roll to see who they target, and you are 4. So just ignore 5s and 6s, I guess. This means that Frank the Tank, suitable name, of course. I mean, this is great. Both dogs aim for Frank.
Are they coming through the doorway, or are they like jumping from a higher platform?
The door is closed, and so they are descending down from the cliff, like on the slopes.
Ah, on the slopes. Okay. Got it.
So they're coming from the other side of the tower and down the slopes towards you now. And the 2 rough men you saw at the gate, they are still far from you guys at the top of the cliff. But they are, looks like they are about to head down.
Out of character, a real quick question logistically and about how the game runs a little for our audience. So we can do basically an ability usually, and we get a movement, right?
Yes.
And the movements are basically like from, usually, as you said, like you could go from far to near or from near to close. So given we were kind of already far from where they were, I would imagine Lair would have backed up a little bit to be further away. Just FYI.
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
A little sidestep back.
Yeah, I mean, that's this sounds reasonable. I mean, if you're not in the fray kind of guy. But yes, to clarify that, yeah, you get every turn, all pieces get 1 action and 1 move, and you can move to the next zone, or you can spend your action on the second move and move 2 zones, but then not do an action. Very classic. And actions, of course, are like you can attack, you can drink a potion, you can use an ability, you can, yeah, those kind of things basically. That's your action. And you have to make your move before your action.
Okay.
An action is sort of, you're all in on the action, so you can't after that move, since combat is supposed to be sort of simultaneously in the rounds, but we still need to do.
So movement is before your action. That is actually an important clarification point.
Yes. But I will allow the retcon of you moving first and then inspiring. Yes.
You are a benevolent game master.
Okay, so the 2 dogs, the bloodhounds, they charge at Frank.
It's all the pocket cheese balls.
Let's see then what attack they actually make them. So I'm gonna roll 2 dice again then to see, or the first dog. Let's see what the first dog chooses to do. The first dog does rallying howl. So it howls blood-chillingly. So it approaches you, but it doesn't charge you actually, which is good for you.
Showing off.
Yeah, so, and you see how the 2 men at the top and then the other dog, they seem empowered by this rallying howl. The second dog does a leap at you. It uses its ability fangs to the throat. That doesn't sound good for you.
Straightforward.
Straightforward, yeah, I mean, it's clear. So it's a ferocious leap. The dog comes at your throat, and I would like you to make a dexterity test to try to avoid the attack.
It would be dexterity.
Since you wouldn't be able to take it sort of brunt force.
Can I just? There we go.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Dude.
So that's a weak success. So that means that since you have your weapons displaying a weak and a strong damage when you attack, and the same thing goes for the NPCs. So each NPC, in this case, this dog with the fangs to the throat attack, deals then 3 damage on a weak success and 6 damage on a strong success. And since you got a weak success defending, you take the weak damage. Since everything is player facing, so I don't roll attacks for the enemies. So you got a weak success, meaning you take 3 damage. Armor does protect you, but you also take ongoing damage from the bleeding of this ferocious attack. And ongoing damage in this system is 1 damage at the start of your turn for 3 turns.
Oof. All right.
That's rough.
So you have a gushing wound, blood flowing basically. The 2 rough men, they both charge at you coming down the slopes, and they hurl a spear each. They have a throwing spear, one each.
Punks.
Classic punks. Hurling spears. Let's see who they try to hit. That's
no
nothing.
one. They miss.
Let's roll a d4 instead. That's more clever.
That was a warning shot.
Yeah, a warning shot. Yeah. What is that even? A 1 and a 3, right?
1 and a 3, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Frank the Tank. Give me another dexterity test. Try to dodge the spear while getting charged by a dog.
I'm gonna die.
That's a failure. So Frank the Tank gets first point of experience. That's nice.
Yay.
But you also take 6 damage from the spear. So it lodges itself in your thigh. You know,
Hi,
like
Galaxy.
just like in Pet Detective, right? When he's in Africa.
All right, I'm down to 1.
Oh, snap. I'm coming.
And the second spear is hurled at Jarek. Yeah.
Yay. Oh, my goodness. Cheese balls. Everybody gets an advantage. Thank you, 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐴.
Nice save. Yeah, exactly. You spend momentum when you
use
try
it.
to lockpick. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So, Jarek, did you make a dex test yet?
Sorry. Yes. Too many windows. What? Let's see. I only have. Hold on. Nope. Sorry. Ignore that. I rolled too many. Oh no, I do have 2. Yay.
Nice. And did you? But you also got advantage, right, from the chat.
Oh, that's true. I'll throw.
So you can
one.
roll another one.
Let's try it. Here we go.
Sorry. So you get a
alright.
weak success, meaning you take 3 damage, and armor does protect you from this.
Okay. I got 1 point of armor, so 2 for me.
So now it's after the opponent then. So Frank and Jarek, how do you act?
Oh boy.
And remember, y'all have +2 to your damage.
I know. I have the damage.
Well, I could
Does that
heal
last?
myself.
Larry, does that last until I use it?
It says until your next single target attack, but Sebastian can clarify that.
So, like,
Exactly. So, the funny thing here, though, is so Larry, you're playing in the Bard, which is not actually an original class in the rulebook. This is a slight playtest session for the Bards. It's an upcoming class expansion that will be released this spring. So all other abilities that works the same way like this one, it says like on your next attack or for 1 minute if not used. And 1 minute would be 10 turns in combat, so that's basically a whole combat.
So if I chose to heal right now, I could save it for the next round, theoretically.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So I think I have Bless, which is only once per day, I think.
Yes.
That's my only heal option, I believe. Shield of Faith, Holy Bolt, and Bless. But let's go for it. Because, Dagnar, are you still feeling a little hurt, too?
Little.
All right.
The Dagnar is only down 1 point after the healing potion.
Only down 1 point though. Yeah.
Frank,
I'm down 2-1.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go for it anyways, because there's other stuff you can get with this. I'm going to say a prayer, humming in the theme of my friend's song, even though it doesn't help me in this, but flavor. And I'm rolling willpower for that.
Yes.
So I've got...
Willpower, it's now or never.
Yeah, come on. Okay.
Weak, that's
Weak
nice.
success. That's all right. So everyone can heal up to 3 HP. Your damage is increased by 1, and you have advantage on your next test.
Nice.
Up to
So
4.
if you have double advantage on your next attacks, what happens? 2 dice?
No,
Does
it
it
doesn't stack.
stack?
So if you
Doesn't
already had
stack.
advantage, there's no extra bonus there. But
Just curious.
The chat ones, if you're okay with it, Sebastian, can be a little wibbly. You can save it to spend on the another roll since people are buying those. If that's okay for you.
yeah,
Sebastian.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
we can make an exception for chat. I mean, we don't want them to feel unsatisfied there. I mean,
We don't want chat unsatisfied. If it's all for the
I didn't
audience.
secondary.
For
Yeah.
players.
Okay, out of character, would it make sense excess advantage from the chat would roll over as momentum?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
that's kind of
Absolutely. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, should I heal myself since I'm still hanging at 4?
Do what you need to do.
Tactical advice here would be to turn the action economy into your favor, I think. You're most likely to slay an enemy in one hit with a two-handed weapon, I would say.
All right. Well, we'll give it a swing, especially since I got some advantage.
There's a nice damage stacking going on there as well.
Yeah, so we got doggos coming down at us. Actually, one's on me, biting my throat.
And the other one is just in front of you as well.
Can I hear what's on the other side of the door? Like, are there people about to open it? Am I able to tell, or?
What you hear does not sound like people about to open a door. You hear rustling and noise, but it doesn't sound like people.
All right. I was going to blow the door open with the hammer. I will hit the dog. Let's see. So,
It's a bloodhound. I mean, I think it's good for flavor here. So
Right.
Yeah,
Sounds better than hitting the dog.
bloodhound dog.
There it is.
Crying all the time, making
so how many
Make it.
dice am I adding to this? I just the one, but advantage doesn't stack, right? So just one.
exactly. So what's your strength?
Well, I mean, I get the 4 for my strength, but I was trying to keep up with all the other inspiration
So then
and
you
stuff.
will
and
get an
everything.
extra. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. 5.
Thought it was a failure first. Nice. So that's a
Maybe
strong
we could-
success. And then you
Alright.
had plus a total of +3 damage, right, from the inspire and the bless.
Yep.
So that, yeah, I mean, you. There was once a dog in front of you.
Now,
What is
5
in front
minutes.
of you now? It's very hard to tell what is in front of you. It's more of a wet stain where there used to be a bloodhound. So you smack it into oblivion, and you are now facing 1 bloodhound and 2 rough men. Nice
All
hit.
right. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's all I can do, right? So,
So exactly. Now round 1 is finished, and we begin round 2. So everyone makes a knowledge test to see if you're going to act before or after the enemy.
that's right. We do it every time.
So if you're lucky now, you get a lot of successes.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Unfortunately, that's a fail for Lair.
I
You're
fail
same
for
thing.
Dagnar too.
I gotta change.
Has everyone rolled?
Yeah, I failed. Yerrick failed.
Everyone failed.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right.
Does anyone want to use the momentum to try and pass?
And I got a big hammer. I'd love to hit something
Go
else
for
with it.
it. Go for it.
I'm not against you guys. I'm an impartial judge. I really hope that you actually make this roll.
Do it, Frank.
Did we doing it for Frank? All right.
Yeah, Frank can do it.
Oh,
Hey!
All right.
happy to see. I got a bit scared there. Okay, Frank, smack something with your hammer.
There's a
Or
dog
do you
in
heal?
range.
You've got a dog in range. And if they were far, the other guys, they ran and threw. Yeah, you could actually run to
And get
the
to
rough
them.
men and hit them as well. They are within near.
All right, that spear hurt, so I'm gonna run up and hit one of those guys.
You don't have to worry about any attacks opportunity or anything like that. That's not a thing.
And no bonuses this time. So
Exactly.
Right.
Now you spent the bonus damage, you spent the advantage, and you spent the momentum. But so make this count.
no pressure. 2
Oh,
6.
nice.
6s.
Oh, hey, that's
almost
another
a
good
crit.
point too.
We got
So
momentum back.
you get momentum and you get experience point.
That's right.
Closing in on level 2, right?
I'm at 2. I need 1 more point. So
Nice.
Frank definitely made it count.
So what damage does the two-handed hammer do?
12.
I know it's a rhetorical question, but for the chat.
Does 12 damage on strong success, and a weak success it does 6.
Holy cow.
Fantastic.
Thanks, son.
Nice. So the ruffian that you hit, you smack him across the chest, and he is basically folded in two, and it does not breathe anymore. 1 man down. But now we have the other guy and 1 bloodhound. Let's see what they choose to do. The bloodhound that's down by the door, it charges. Sorry, let's do a d4. No, it doesn't charge. It's very hard to read these d4s. There's a 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a 1. I mean, that doesn't make. So that's going to be 1 counting from Dagmar. Since Frank ran away, so it doesn't make sense that the dog does not attack someone that is within immediate range, right?
Right.
So the dog.
Frank's like,
I like your
I will
thinking.
tell you, predators do tend
yeah.
to actually run after fleeing prey, but that's another story.
Good
although
point.
he eviscerated that last one, so
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be
The
scary.
dog's
The dog-
reconsidering his life choices.
So 4. Well, this dog is not the smartest dog. It does this rallying howl again. It's howling. It's maybe it's given up. I mean, I'm not sure. The ruffian though, he aims for Frank, who's in his immediate range.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Me too.
What attack does he do then? He does a goading strike. So he shouts at you saying, I can see why you need that big hammer to compensate for things. And then he strikes at you.
Cheeky. Very cheeky.
nice.
So you need to make a strength test to defend, but you have disadvantage because you're distracted by his comment.
All right, so that's 3. Dang it!
That's
I
okay.
had to go there.
How many? What's your health?
4. I'm probably dead.
He's dead.
I mean, we have 1 more momentum. You want to use it? See what
Yeah.
happens? We need.
Would that even work with a weak success?
You'll take less damage at least. So he's gonna do 3 or 6 damage on you. 6 as it looks now with the failure.
That's a difference. Use the
That's-
momentum.
All right.
I'd hate to lose you without using
That was close. Okay, so he hurls the comment at you, and then he strikes you from the side with his with a large club, and it hits you very hard over the head. So you take 6 damage. And what armor do you have?
I don't have any. As
You
far as I
got,
know.
you have no armor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you're downed, and so at the start of your next turn, you're gonna roll 1 d6, and if you don't roll a 5 or a 6, you die. But your
That was a
friends,
lot of emotional damage, guys.
your friends have, exactly. Plus a club to the head, though. I mean.
Frank goes into a whole backstory episode now while he's dying. Oh no! Cheese balls for Scrat.
life. Oh, what does that give me?
But your friends, they do have a chance to save you now with a heal or a successful knowledge test and spending 1 supply to stabilize you.
Zexania, let me know if that's a good or a bad purchase for Scrat. 2 advantage. She bought you 2 advantages to have in your pocket.
Yeah, since you bought 2 specifically for Scrat, I mean, they're gonna stack.
Ooh, cool. That's awesome. To stay alive.
likes the hammer. What can I say? Should go take it
Okay,
back.
so
man.
now it's everyone else basically because Frank was the only one that passed the knowledge test. And the bard, you got a healing song, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I was actually thinking just that.
Might need to do it.
I'm doing it. Is anyone other than Frank damaged? Except for your 1 HP, right?
No.
I think I topped Dagnar off with my.
You talked me off, yeah.
He does that. He's such a good cleric. Yes, so I will do that. I believe that is a charisma check.
Yes.
And you would have advantage from my bless, actually, too.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would.
Yeah, it's any test. You're
All
just
right,
your
I'll roll
next
one
test.
more then. So
Oh,
it
come
was
on.
at a weak success. It is now a strong success.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
So, which means I believe I can use this for 2 of my colleagues. Let me double check my numbers here.
While he's doing that chat, we are $5 away from the Boehner Boon. So if someone wants to buy advantage
Actually,
for somebody.
3 of my allies. So, Frank, let's start with Frank. Frank, you're going to immediately receive 4 hit points.
Yeah.
And you're going to gain advantage on your next task. So
Which
this
is
is now a
surviving.
strong success, which means that I get to provide this for 3 allies. Unfortunately, you don't need HP, but it does mean that you will get advantage. And I think I am indeed going to give it to our cleric and our rogue as well. So you guys have advantage on your next check.
Cool.
Nice. So Frank the tank, you are now stabilized, so you don't risk dying. The magical healing stabilized you, so you're good to go.
So I think Larry says singing from a distance. By the way, just to mention, I would have stayed within near. So okay, look down, Frank's standing in his grave. Look down, but the rest need not be afraid.
Oh, nice, dude.
Well done.
I
Very
want to go
inspiring.
back to being dead.
It's a personal choice.
Yep.
We can arrange that.
Might happen. Careful what you wish for. So that leaves Yerrick and Dagnar. What do you want to do this turn?
I want to run up and Sinister Strike the one that's on Scrat, the guy on Scrat,
Yeah.
on Frank.
Nice.
He's within near, so you can do that. So that's a dexterity test to strike with your Sinister Strike, which is your rogue ability.
Plus I have advantage, so 2
That's a lot of-
sixes.
2 success.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Got some momentum.
And I think you haven't attacked yet since you received damage boost. from
Damage
the
bonus, yeah.
So that's what damage do you deal then? What's your total damage then?
8 plus 1, right? From the bless, or plus 2 from the bless.
Bless was plus 1 damage.
1. Yeah,
1. Okay, so 9. 9 points
Wow,
of damage.
Nice. That's just enough.
And it ignores armor, so if he has armor, it ignores it.
He does. So,
sneaky stab.
but you ram your blade straight through him, and he gives up with a sigh, falls down. The
That was
only
my
thing left
friend.
now. Nice touch. The dog submits. It does not. Its owners are dead, or the bloodhound. I mean, let's keep it to the bloodhound. It sounds less less depressing.
We
The
have a pet
bloodhound
now.
submits. It acknowledges only power, and it's obvious with its owners dead that you are more powerful. It begs for a pat.
Oh,
I will give it a little pat.
I'll give it
And
a
and
pat for
little bit
sure.
of
Let me
jerky
have
that
it.
took off Raglan's table.
Well, the dog does sniff up the cheese balls.
yes.
It's
I
obvious
was
that
gonna
there's
throw
cheese
one.
balls nearby.
DM Tail says, pet the puppy.
Yeah.
So who had the cheese balls? Was it Jarek?
It was Frank.
I
Frank.
have some too.
Okay,
I
Larry,
put some
that's-
in my pocket.
I mean, whoever wants to be the new owner of this bloodhound, you receive it.
Oh, goody.
What
I guess-
you
I
want to
guess
name
after
your new bloodhound?
Splat. Oh, well. Do we want to call him Splat?
Splat.
I call them cheese it, but
Cheese it. That's pretty funny.
Let's call him Splat.
All right.
Splat the
As
bloodhound.
a
So Splat the
reminder of what will
bloodhound,
happen.
Frank
He's got
doesn't.
5 hit points, and he can make a bite attack that deals 3 or 6 damage, depending on how weak and how strong.
That's awesome.
I
So
believe we
yeah, you
have
know
a chalice to find.
exactly. You're not here to get a dog. You're here to find the chalice. How do you want to tackle this now? So you're standing behind the tower. There's a blood splat where there used to be a bloodhound, and there's 2 dead thugs. What's your approach? Do you want to charge in front gate? Do you want
I
to
don't
try
think-
the door again?
We don't have much time. I'm sure they heard most of that.
I'd like to smash the door open if I can.
Dagnar, did
Good
you
work.
hear something? You said you heard something.
I did. And it wasn't human. So have fun. As I step back.
Yep.
You want to
So
smash the door open, or
if Frank
do you-
if
Well-
Frank is going to go to smash the door, is
gotta-
this an attack roll for him?
I would say that it's so. I mean, the warrior class, they have a special class feature that lets them destroy inanimate objects either very quickly or silently. So in this case, I would say if you want to spend 10 minutes bashing at the door, you can do that, and it will break.
Well,
So you
I'm a
don't have to
paladin,
roll
not
for
the
it, but you
warrior,
need to
so-
choose the time spent here.
Oh, that's right. He is a paladin.
Yeah. So I was gonna say though, I got the chains and the pythons. Can I like put that python, kind of wedge it in there, and then we all yank on the chain? That way we're not right in front of the door when it gets smashed open.
Absolutely, yeah. Sounds good. So you can, it will still take around 10 minutes to, prepare the chain, bash a little bit at the hinges to make it, loosen it up a bit. Is that an investment you want to make, the time?
Some of us could be on lookout while you do that.
So can't we just break the door down?
That was the alternative. Yeah.
I mean, they already
it's,
know
it's
we're
gonna, it's
here.
gonna take time to break it either way. But you can of course arrange that setup that you have so you're not in front of it when it breaks.
Do you guys want me to pull out some lockpicks from my supply and try again?
We could certainly give it a try. I have other crazy idea because I have some oil. We could cause a distraction and go somewhere else.
Who has the highest knowledge in the group?
I think me. I have
With-
2.
With 2, yeah. Then yeah, you can make an attempt at lockpicking it as well.
Do we have any
smart.
momentum left? Do we have any momentum left?
We
No.
I
do.
think we got one back
Because
from
Scrat rolled the
Dagmar.
2 6s, right? Or no,
Oh,
yeah,
we're
that's
Scrat
right.
rolled 2 6s.
Dagmar did, yeah.
𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐴𝐺 gave me some advantages, I think, if we want to use that for something. But
Yeah, but try and pick the lock. Make a knowledge test, and you do have advantage, yeah, exactly from chat.
All right. And do you guys want me to spend some momentum as well to really see if we can get through this door quick?
I think we can decide that after roll, right? So
Exactly, yeah, you can decide after the roll.
Okay. I wasn't 100% on that. Thank
while
you. All right.
he's picking the lock, can I use my lay on hands ability to heal myself?
Absolutely.
All right. Better
All
watch
right.
out,
That's a
guys.
strong
I'm gonna touch
success.
myself.
Nice.
He's
So
gotta make sure everything's
you pick
good.
the lock, and so the lay on hands. Yeah, sure. Make a roll for that one before we open the door, so we know what
So-
status you're in.
I think Lair gets out some tools, some lockpick, and say, sometimes I didn't like to go through the front way of the palace, so I got a little good at jimmying locks.
So the advantages I got from 𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐴𝐺, did I use it on my lay on hands roll or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the last one, right? If you use it now.
Yep.
But no, she got me 2, didn't she? Or...
And yeah, that's true. Yeah, before you were about to roll to survive. So that's true. Yeah, you have 2 left. So yeah, exactly. You can use 1 now. True.
Okay. Here we go. That's unfortunate.
Wow.
Okay.
Frank.
So that in this case, this is a very good example of like the rulings system here. So in this case, you do get healed from that. So you get the weak effect of your lay on hands.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to get the strong effect, of course. But since you're not in a stressful situation, usually you don't need to roll for using abilities if you're not in a stressful situation. But since there's a huge difference in effect on the weak and the strong of lay on hands, we roll to see how well you healed yourself, and now you got the lowest result. So you heal yourself for 5 points, even though you failed. Yeah.
Now, does that count as a fail, which means I get my experience point, or?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it as a fail, so you get experience point, meaning you level up, which is fun.
I do, and I am gonna take Holy Smite. We're about to do some smiting.
So when you level up in this game, all the classes, when they start, they have 3 abilities. So one that they can use as much as they want, one that they can use once per encounter, and one that they can use once per day. And Lay on Hands is a daily ability. So now you can't heal anymore this day. Same with Bless. And then once you level up, you get to pick a talent. You get a total of 3 talents as you progress towards max level, which is 5. And you have 6 different choices of talents. And you chose Holy Smite, right? And that one, if I remember correctly, then you, on double 6s when attacking in melee, you deal extra damage and heal yourself. And then depending on the weapon type, you deal more or less extra.
Yep, so with 2-handed weapons, I do an extra 4 damage and I heal for 4 on double 6s, so.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is such a good example of the whole the balance of risk versus reward in this game. So you were very close to dying, but you were also the first one to reach level 2, so which is exactly like it should be.
I'm just laughing because after the thing, you just check. Yeah, it's all right. I feel good. Level up.
Perfect. So you're level 2, and you continue progressing as you gain experience point, and you succeeded with the lockpick as well. So that is nice. So you hear the lock, the click, it's open. You open the door, and you peek in. Of course, then you're very interested to see what is in here. Why doesn't it sound human? What is it?
Actually, I'm not interested. I just open the lock and I back up and let Dagmar look.
That's good. Yeah, fine.
He's sneaky.
Yeah, Dagmar, you peek in and you see there's a corridor, fairly short one, leading into what looks like it's dark in there, but it's some light shines in. You see what appears to have been a basement of the tower, and in the middle of that room is a strange beast. It looks like a small dragon with no wings and stubby fat legs. It looks angry. You don't see any other way, sort of, no other doors or anything in there. So perhaps this dragon-like creature has been locked in there. It notices that you peek in. What do you want to do?
Holy crap, guys, we're about to get another pet.
You close the door, or?
I close the door slowly. I don't think we want to mess with that.
We got any cheese balls left? I'm just saying.
Let me ask this question. Don't you think they probably put the chalice somewhere guarded by that?
It's possible. Frank, you're good with animals.
Fine.
Sure. Do I have any cheese balls left?
Yeah, who gave you, Frank? You gave your cheese balls to the dog, right? But someone else has cheese balls, I think. You picked two or three even batches.
Blair
of
also
cheese
has some cheese balls.
And you said this thing was chain tied up or something down there? Or is it
it's just rustling about in there. It's free, but you deduct by the situation and lack of other doors that it appears to have been locked in there by someone.
Okay. So yeah, cheese balls roll. I'm just saying. Slide it in there.
E.T.
Another option
you
here,
wanna try to
guys,
leave?
is
Sorry.
another option here, guys, is if it's trying to if it's trapped in there, if you guys go up the hill, maybe I can just open the door and it will fly out, and we won't have to deal with it.
So we could hide and let it see where it goes.
So
Let's do that.
You're saying unleash it and see if it causes
Unleash it.
We got a
Exactly.
chain too. You can even be a little far away and pull the door open if you want.
I'm okay with. I can. I think I can manage to get the door open without it seeing me.
Well, you know, I'll back your play.
I can be ready for a shield if we need it.
Nice. So you, everyone else goes up the hill to where the ruffians came from, and you, Dagmar, tries to open the door and hide to see where the beast goes.
I'm going to actually, before I open the door, I'm going to vanish.
Technically, you would need to vanish after opening the door because opening the door would break vanish.
Fine. Then we would do that.
But there is spoiler alert. There is a talent that lets you open doors while vanished without breaking it.
If
Well, I
only
will
we had
open the
leveled
door
up.
and then vanish. That's fine.
Perfect. Yeah, you hide on the top of the cliff, the rest of the guys, and you open the door and you hear the beast rustling about and sniffing and carefully treading out into the faint sunlight. It sniffs around. It doesn't seem to notice you since you're invisible, and it makes its way down to the water and slips down into the river and disappears. Nicely handled.
We just gave that monster free access to the village down the way.
That's
Don't
job
worry
security.
about it. It's not our problem.
It might be late.
That's a problem for another
Missing
day.
fisherman.
Might be a
Right.
problem later, but we'll get paid for it.
Dagmar, lead the way. Let's boot scoot in there.
You walk into the basement and you see some faint light coming in, shining in from the door. You inside you find two dead bodies, looking dressed similarly, also eaten on by this beast apparently, but they're dressed just like the ruffians that you fought outside. The two of them, maybe you can deduct from the situation, was exploring the ruin and then were killed by the beast. Perhaps that's why they locked it in here, because they didn't know how to handle it. You also find a few crates containing 15 coins, if anyone wants some coins.
Oh, I'll always take some coins.
Usually very popular. You find one supply in one of the crates as well. Anyone want a supply?
I'm pretty good on supply if any of you need some.
I'm full.
I'll take it. I've got a spot open right now.
And you also find a small bottle of something that smells very tangy, and you recognize it as probably a bottle of poison that you can smear on a weapon and then deal ongoing damage with.
I'm not trying to stereotype, but that feels very Dagmar.
Nothing
I
like a
agree.
poison blunt instrument. What let me tell you?
All right.
Nice. Do you have room for that in your inventory, Dagmar?
No, can I drop a supply for it?
Yeah, sure. Or someone else can pick up a supply.
I have room, so I'll take that supply off your hands so you can fit
All right.
the poison.
Nice. But you also find a ladder
Passing cheese
leading
balls
up.
around.
Yeah, the cheese balls is going around the team. You also see a ladder leading up. So apparently, yeah, you assume that the small dragon-like creature can't climb ladders, so it was trapped down here in the cellar. The ladder leads
50-50
up.
guess that ladder is, the hatch is locked. Who
Well,
wants to take that bet?
I mean, I think I agree
We'll
with
find
you.
out going up.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
all right.
good.
Who wants to climb the ladder and attempt to open the hatch first?
Can we see
Ladder's
if
a
it's
dwarf's
locked?
best friend, right? So send one of them.
Are we able to see if it's locked?
No, but you can just check it. I mean, I just want to know who's opening.
I'll climb up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You climb up and you touch the hatch, and you actually feel that it's not locked. It's unlocked, and you
See, you guys should have taken the bet.
Should have taken the bet.
you're looking into you're peeking into what appears to have been an old kitchen. There's benches and chairs and tables here. There does not appear to be anyone in the room.
While I'm down below, I'm gonna shut the door we came in from, so it looks like everything's
Nice.
hunky-dory.
Nice and clean.
Minus the blood splatters
Other than
outside.
the blood splat.
And the noise and the explosion and yeah. And the
Didn't see
creature
anything.
slipping out.
I'm not overly concerned.
But I mean, it might, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, the door might have been like the final straw that's made a notice you. Okay, so you don't see anyone in the kitchen, but you do start to sense that this the tower. You get a feeling of sort of a power surge going through the tower. Something feels almost magical and weird in the tower. So something is about to happen or is happening.
I've
don't
got
like
chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control.
So you want to enter the kitchen, the whole gang, or?
If
I'll
Dagmar,
enter.
if he says it's clear,
Dagmar's leading us.
let's do it.
It's
We're
clear
all,
that
we're all up there though, right?
everyone's up in the kitchen, and you're now on the ground floor of the tower, so where they were guarding outside with the two dogs. So you recognize the layout here. So you outside the kitchen is a hallway, and you can hear faint voices from a room adjacent to the hallway, but not from the kitchen. And this tingling or sort of power surge sensation is still there, and it's sort of almost not really shaking the walls, but not close, not far off. I mean,
Do we get any sense of like good or evil from it?
it feels. Well, you're a cleric. I mean, you would probably recognize it. It doesn't really feel like good power.
I don't like it.
The vibes are really off, man.
And there's just the hallway ahead of us. That's what you said?
Yeah, you're in the kitchen, and there's a hallway outside that goes to the gate. And if you peek into the hallway, you see that there's the kitchen you're in, and then there's another room where you hear the faint voices, and then a third room where you do not hear any voices.
Derek, would you say you have a bad feeling about this?
I have a bad feeling about this.
That's funny. I feel like it's a good thing.
I mean, who doesn't want power, right?
All right. Why don't we? I'm gonna try to sneak down the hallway to the door that we don't hear voices from.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me a dex test to see if you manage to sneak this time. Maybe sneaking has gone well today, right, for you? Nice.
Yes.
Strong success.
Oh,
Yeah, you sneak without an issue down the hallway. You actually, when you hear the two voices, they speak a little louder now that you're out in the hallway, and you hear them say that, I wonder what's going to happen when the ritual is finished. I wonder. I'm looking forward to drinking some wine at the tavern again. You hear that they speak to each other. And you go into the third room that you saw, and there's a spiral staircase leading up to the second floor. So do
All
you
right,
want
then I'll
Sorry.
stick my head back out of the doorway and kind of indicate to come if they can.
the whole team sort of sneaks under your instructions. You go up the staircase, and you feel that this powerful sensation, it gets stronger as you go up the stairs, and the staircase leads up into a large chamber, one big room. You see one ladder at the end of the room, in one of the corners, probably leading up to the roof where you saw a guard. And in the middle of the room, you see a woman dressed in robes and two similarly rough-looking fellas holding candles, and you see symbols painted on the floor, and you see that the woman is holding a chalice, very similar to the one described to you guys to fetch. The woman is chanting, and the two ruffians are swaying the candles in a certain pattern.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do something stupid, I whisper.
Would it? Wait. Out of character, is it possible to use my Song of Silence?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you could, yeah. So you describe, or can you read the Song of Silence description for chat?
Yes. So, once per encounter, the Song of Silence, you summon a shimmering sphere of silence at a location within far. All sounds within are completely nullified. The sphere extends to close from its center. All creatures within the sphere are continuously dazed. Lasts 1 minute.
Nice. And dazed in this case means PCs that are dazed can't use class abilities, and NPCs that are dazed always use the attack in their attack table assigned to number 6 on the die.
Now, we've worked together before, right?
Yes, we have. Remember last week?
In that case, as he's casting his Song of Silence, I'd like to throw a smoke grenade into there too.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice. Great idea.
So, if they're able to do all that, does that mean I can... I might be pushing it here, but does that mean I can also do my Hammer of Justice? Whee! Throw it? Or is that too much?
I mean, you're synchronized.
All right.
Sounds good. So yeah, you throw the Hammer of Justice a millisecond before the smoke grenade, so that you can actually aim at something.
Yeah, and
So
I'll
this is
be
very
aiming for the lady too.
highly optimized. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's start then. Give me a strength test for the Hammer of Justice.
All right, and I have one more advantage to spend. So
Come on.
here we go. Oh, that was somebody else.
That was me.
Here goes me.
Double sixes.
Sixes.
And a
Double
5.
That means
sixes.
do I get health back on every attack or just my
Only
main weapon?
like regular melee weapon
okay.
attacks. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So the Hammer of Justice deals what damage does it deal then?
It only does 4. But its big thing is makes the target makes the target stuck until the start of your next round.
Sebastian,
That means that the
interesting
target
thing.
can't use its move. Yes, sure.
I just realized Song of Silence doesn't have anything written about like weak versus strong, so does it just work?
It works just like the smoke grenade, the smoke bomb. So you just need to pass. Weak or
Okay.
strong, no difference.
I passed.
Nice. And the smoke bomb, what happened with that one?
Is that a dex check because it's
Yes.
throwing?
Exactly.
I got
Nice.
2 6s.
Oh, come on, guys.
Experience points for the Hammer of Justice and experience points for the smoke bomb, and momentum, of course.
Yeah. And if I
only
can,
one.
I'll do the Shield of Faith while they're
Yes,
doing
sounds
that.
like a perfect idea. So this is a perfect sneak round, a surprise round there. Who do you want to protect with? Nice, strong success.
Strong
Who do you want to
success.
protect?
I will set. Let's protect all my friends. I can do 3, so
Yeah,
I'll hit everybody
perfect.
else. So you guys, next attack against you is halved, rounded up.
All of us? Or?
All 3
Yes.
of you, just not
All of
me.
you.
Yep.
So you and just right before this, we start with the first round of combat. As a nice cliffhanger, I need to refill the alarm time here. Back in a second.
As the bad guy's alarm is going off. I don't know if Wes probably headed out, but do check out 𝐒𝐪𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼. Excuse me. Wes from DM Tales is running that in March.
Last
A
weekend
lot
of
of us will be
March.
here last weekend of March. And guys, we're $5 away from a Bane or Boon at the. Let's stress Sebastian out with one story modification. Man, and we've got momentum. We might be okay, guys.
2 momentums.
That's right.
But you can only have one.
Oh, it's
Oh, can I only have one?
on off. Yeah.
Momentum may or may not be what inspired Take a Breather and Nuts. How that works. So,
Mm.
All I'm gonna say is, and no one dare disturb the sound of silence.
Ooh, yes.
So hopefully that should work nicely. Otherwise, I just need to do it again.
That's all good.
Okay,
man.
so this was the very chaotic first start of this combat, or that you at least chose to treat as combat. No questions asked. Just attack first.
Yeah.
It was evil. We felt
That's how we
evil.
roll.
Yeah, and I mean you rolled so well, so obviously I mean
We're also not the smartest group in the world either.
you never trust a woman.
there's a lot of commotion in the room. So the woman is struck by a magical hammer in the back of her head, and she's rooted. The two guys with the chandeliers, the candles are covered in this thick smoke, so they can't see anything, and they can't speak either because everything's silenced in there. So they the two ruffians, they run to the sides, I would say. The woman is stuck, and
Stuck and silenced.
stuck in silence. Exactly. That's nice. Let's make a knowledge test and see who begins with the first round. So there was round 0 before, basically.
We did. We do much better
One
with
of you passed, right? Yeah.
I
Frank
got
the
a
Tank
6.
passed.
That's
our paladin. Oh, thank you.
What do you want to do, Frank? How do you want
If
to
I
start
may be
this?
so bold, before you do anything, may I inspire you?
Sure. If you're able.
That's always the question, Frank. It's always the question. Well, in this case, it's a strong success, so yes. And I am going to inspire Frank by saying to him, you've got the eye of the tiger, and I'm going to give you +1 AP armor protection against the next attack against you.
Ooh.
All right.
And we all succeeded, right?
No, I failed.
I think
Oh, yeah,
everyone,
I
you
failed.
only Larry and Frank passed.
The dwarves are.
Okay, well, Frank, I'm
Taking
still
their
giving
time.
that AP because he's got a hammer hit. Dagmar, I will also give you 1 AP against the next attack since you're going after them, just in case. I've decided you guys are heavy hitters, but you need a little more protection. So,
Very useful. Perfect. So Frank, now, so that was the inspiration. Frank, how do you want? I assume you want to smash.
I'm trying to refrain from
Smash.
jokes about protection and women, and he asked me if I want to smash.
I meant with a hammer against the bad guys. I mean,
Zaxania
what I'm
did say
talking about.
it looks like we're interrupting date night.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, if I
Hammer
can,
time.
if I'm able to get through the smoke and get up right to her, I would like to. And two-handed hammer it. So
It's going to be hard to hammer her since you're not going to be able to see in the smoke. But the two ruffians, they spent the last turn. That was the surprise round. When they got to do their turn, they ran out of the smoke out to the sides. So you could smash or attack with your blunt instrument. I mean, then one of those.
okay, yeah. If I can't get to her, that's what I'll do. Let's see. And I don't have any more advantages.
Nice.
5. So
Strong
that's
success.
strong.
So that's, as we've learned from before, that's a very strong hit, dealing 12 damage, and one of the brutes is downed. He's no breathing no more.
So-
Sebastian, if I may, out of character quickly, did Frank actually level up?
Before, yeah.
Yeah, down by the.
Smite.
If
By the door.
I remember correctly, does he not only gain a talent but also a point to increase an attribute?
That is true. Yes,
That's
I'm glad that you
right.
remember that.
Where did you increase it, Frank?
I don't know. Let's see.
Exactly. Which attribute did you increase by 1?
I guess strength. We'll go with that, which means I get.
You should roll 5s.
I think I would have gone with dexterity though, since. Do you
That's what I
remember
was
why you
thinking.
almost died?
Yeah, I was thinking, but we're in close quarters, so.
But did you die?
Real quick,
That's true.
while Scrat is considering that, 𝐼𝐸𝐴 just bought an advantage for the GM, which I think, Sebastian, you can spend onto someone to give us disadvantage against an
Oh,
attack roll, right?
Nice.
And
Okay,
then
yeah.
that unlocks our
Um,
Bane or Boon poll. So type in the chat the word Bane or the word Boon, and the poll will run for about a minute, and we'll see what happens. Thank you,
While that's
𝐼𝐸𝐴.
going.
Exciting.
Okay,
Okay, so yeah, but I mean, so you got a strong success. So you already killed the ruffian. So
yeah.
having
But
more
I'll
strength.
I'll put my point in the dex, but also I forgot about the dog. We have a dog, so
True. Yes.
I
the
need
dog.
to. I'll have him go. Am I controlling him or? is
Yeah,
it
you
just kinda
control the
random?
dog, and he acts on your turn.
Okay.
The dog has 2 strength and 1 in all other stats.
Okay, I'll have him go after the other thug. So.
Yeah, sure. Roll 2 die for the dog.
You better hop in
Stuff
there now,
sucks.
Chad, if you want to get your votes
He
in.
growls at the ruffian. He's angry. He doesn't really
Should
know
have
what to
brought
do.
one of these, not a dog.
That's true. Okay, so then we got the 2 dwarves after the enemy. So first things first, then let's see if the woman can do anything here. Yeah, sure. She is stuck in there.
Reminder,
So I would
chat,
say that
Bane or
She's stuck,
Boon.
silenced,
Bane or
and
Boon, type the
dazed.
word.
and
Exactly, yeah. So
filled with smoke.
that's a very bad place to be in. But yeah, so her turn is forfeit,
Okay.
basically. The ruffian, though, he can attack. And and now you are 5 with the dog. So let's see, ignore the 6. If it's a 6, a 3. So that's not Frank, not Dagmar, but it's Yerrick. The ruffian
boy.
runs up to you with his studded club. And what does he do? He
I don't know.
keep track of my notes here. I should.
Last call on
Let's
the
see
poll,
what-
guys, and I'm closing it.
He runs up to you with his club in hand, but just as you think he's gonna strike you with his club, he uses his gushing wound attack, and he pulls a dagger with his other hand and strikes at you.
Sneaky mom.
Give me a strength test to defend from this surprise dagger attack.
All right. Are you wanting to spend that disadvantage on me that 𝐼𝐸𝐴 bought you?
I don't think
Save it.
you don't have high strength, right? I don't think
You're
I'm
not
gonna
wearing-
make this deal.
You're not worth it, man.
Low brag.
Oh, nice.
I got a 6.
A weak success. So you take 4 damage
Okay.
from the dagger. It still strikes you because
Yep.
you don't defend fully. And you take ongoing damage. And this time we're not going to forget about ongoing damage like we did with Frank down by the river.
I'll put a note. Yes. Is it 1 bleed or something like that?
Yeah, 1 damage at the start of your turn
Okay.
for 3 turns. So
And
you took 4
unfortunately, or fortunately, Bane was the winner. So, Sebastian, you have the option to insert something horrible into the story for us now.
Nice.
Or at your leisure.
Perfect. Yeah, I have a few things in mind.
He's got a few.
So give me now. Yeah, then we got the dwarves now. That was the enemy's turn. So
Okay.
give me 2 dwarves. What do you want to do?
Let's see.
I want to.
Go ahead, Nick. if
Go
you
ahead.
know what you... I'm just going to holy bolt the guy who stabbed me, I think.
Yeah.
That's-
And so, yeah, exactly. Jarek, you also got an extra armor point, right? From the Inspire.
Oh, I
Yes.
forgot about that. That's right. Okay. So I feel a little better.
Nice. And the Holy Bolt, the Ruffian. Yeah, sure.
That's will. I don't like your stabby stab. Take this. Weak success.
Nice.
2 damage. Ignores armor.
2 damage, ignores armor. Yes. Perfect.
Hi, Blaze. Thanks for hanging out.
And then Dagmar, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do a Sinister Strike on the Chalice lady. I'm gonna run into the smoke. I know it's gonna give me disadvantage on my attack, but she's also stuck in place too. So,
Perfect.
or at least
yeah.
I think that she's stuck in place.
Run to the
So
west.
she's
known
standing in
location.
there, still able to defend herself, but she can't move. But yeah, so you can attack with disadvantage inside the smoke.
Oh, no, that wasn't right. I was supposed to roll 3 dice, not 4.
As reroll 3 then.
Five and a
Nice.
6.
Strong success.
Strong. Fantastic. So that's 8 damage, ignoring armor, right?
Yep.
Whoa,
Fantastic.
stabby stab.
She screams. No, she doesn't because she's silent. So,
That's so good.
but it definitely hurts.
I must scream, but I have no mouth.
So yeah, that concludes round 1. Roll a knowledge test to see who goes before and after the enemy in round 2.
Ooh, I got a 1. I know where I'm going.
Fail.
Always. I fail.
Everyone failed.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
First of all, yeah, Jarek, before you shot your holy bolt, you took 1 damage from the bleed.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so
it.
turn 2 starts. Everyone failed in the initiative test then. So you hear. So this is the Bane coming to haunt you guys now. From below the staircase, you hear screams. It sounds someone is dying. You hear
You
downstairs,
guys remember that dragon?
Yes.
and you hear growling and a flappy, fat, short legs walking towards the staircase. It's very you're good at picking up sounds because you can make that out just by the sound. It's that something is crawling towards the staircase, and 2 voices screamed in death downstairs.
Remember? Oh, I'm in this. Remember, it doesn't like doors.
If only you weren't silenced, you would have been able to say that.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm in the silence.
By choice, even. So the ruffian is alive and he's angry. He struck you with his sneak dagger attack, and let's see who he strikes now. It's gonna be he's not gonna run into the smoke, so it's four targets viable. So that's a 4. What's that? That's not Frank, not Jarek. It's the dog.
Oh, no.
No! Not Splat!
So he attacks Splat with a shot. So he strikes down with his studded club, but Splat does have 2 strength, so this is good. So Frank, you control Splat. Do we have any advantage or momentum or anything from chat to save the dog here?
I don't think so.
Nope.
We
Well, we do have a momentum, but we could probably
Oh.
save that for something more important.
Okay, so Splat
Goes
lives
Splat.
up to his name and becomes Splat later.
I'm a cat guy anyway. I ain't worried about it.
This is the studded club crushes the dog. I'm afraid the bloodhound. I mean, I'm sorry.
Bloodhound,
So
yes, yeah.
sorry for Splat. Splat is no more.
It was fun while it lasted.
And that smoke bomb, it lasts a minute, right?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And the
okay.
same with silence, a minute.
Yep.
That's
She's
epic.
not stuck anymore though. So the woman, she runs out from the smoke. That makes sense. Towards the ladder, and tries to climb it. She spends her action on an extra move and gets almost to the top of the ladder this round. Now it's your turn. And when she gets out, she shouts, "Who are you? Stop it! We need to finish the ritual," she shouts.
Does she have? So she has the chalice, I assume.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Let's see what the omen says. The oracle. I mean, not the omen. The oracle. The oracle is unclear. It's you don't know.
Okay.
So now, sorry, I need to refill the alarm again. So that's a fantastic.
Whilst you do you all mind if I try to inspire you before you act?
Please do.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That'll be a weak success, which means I can inspire one of you. Who would like to be inspired? I can give you some damage or some extra armor protection.
I still got my armor thing, so.
Should Dagnar, do you want to keep chasing the lady?
Well, I was planning on it.
Why don't you go with Dagnar? I'll keep dealing with the
All
guy
right.
in front of me.
And I'm guessing you'd like a little extra damage, a little extra English.
Yeah, give me an action damage because
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
throw
yeah,
my
you-
sword at her.
Yep. Mhm. Yes. There you go.
So the woman is at the top of the ladder. You're not sure if she has the chalice or not, and there's this big smoke bomb in the middle of the room.
Yep.
How did the inspiration go?
Weak success. Dagmar is going to gain some damage. So, old Mackie's back in town.
Fake wizard in the chat. Harry Potter's name in the goblet.
What's your plan now then? So I guess you're free to act.
I guess I'll go first. If I'll go
go
next.
for it.
I'm going to charge out of the smoke and see that she's climbing the ladder. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to throw my longsword at her like a spear.
Great idea. Love it. Is
Would
it
be that be a
dexterity
dex?
test with disadvantage, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think there's...
You want? Well, remember we have momentum if we need it. So.
I mean, I actually wrote this book, so you
Sweet, let the
believe
dog
I knew
die.
this by heart.
I don't know how that would work.
It does say you can throw any weapon.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's not meant for throwing, yeah, you get disadvantage on the test. Exactly. So a longsword is not ideal for throwing, but you can throw it with disadvantage and deal this regular damage.
One success, so that's a weak success.
Weak success. So that's 4 damage, right? With the
4
longsword.
plus the 2 from
Yes,
the...
I inspired him.
Ah, nice.
So that's 6.
Yeah. She's hanging on to the ladder with a longsword stuck in her left. What do you call that? The lower part of the leg, the wrist,
Maybe like
The calf?
the calf. Yeah, that's a good
her
part.
knee is
Yeah.
wrapped around it.
It is the calf. Yes, it's straight through the calf. She's screaming now. She can scream, so that's
Oh.
good.
We can see it though. We know.
And yeah, she drops the chalice when you pierce her calf with the sword. So the chalice is on the floor beneath her.
Is it in the silence area?
No, it's outside. It's just below the ladder in the corner of the room.
So we do hear it. Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, exactly. You hear the sound of the chalice. So we got Frank and Yerrick. What do you want to do?
Maybe someone should pick up the chalice.
Well, is the other thug still with us, or is he dead too?
No, he's very much alive, and he
He's
just
right in
slapped
front
and
of me,
slapped.
right? So there's there's 3 thugs
One,
now,
so
right?
there's the woman on the ladder and the ruffian, and allegedly or probably something crawling up the stairs.
We haven't seen what's coming up the stairs yet.
I'm saying, I got a chain. We could tie somebody up and leave them as bait for whatever's coming. Because live bait is better than dead bait, right?
You want to grab? I will dive for Chalice then. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Go for
I'll
the
use my
Chalice.
action and movement to dive for the Chalice when I hear it falling and.
Yeah, you see you pick up the chalice, you have it in your hand, you feel a tingling sensation from it. It's akin to the power you felt vibrating through the tower before.
Oh, don't like that.
It's your
Frank.
spider tingle, Peter.
Frank, how do you want to spend your action?
I'm trying to think if I should knock out the woman or try and tie her up.
I'm laughing at
She's
shit.
up on the ladder still.
Yeah, am I?
Barely hanging onto the ladder with the long sword in her calf.
Oh dear. I'm gonna knock out the. Is she going up or down a ladder?
Up. She's trying to reach the roof.
Okay. I'll
But
throw
she took
my.
a sword to the calf.
Yeah, I'll hurl the hammer of justice again at her.
Yeah.
You are
So.
worthy.
Let's see, 4. Oh,
That's a failure.
unfortunate. That is a big
Whosoever
fail.
should prove themselves worthy will have the power of Frank.
Do you want to? Yeah, like
That's
that.
another
Momentum
experience
wouldn't
point for
fix
Frank.
anything, would it?
No.
Well, I guess I could get a weak success.
You could get a weak success.
You guys want to spend it on that, or?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go.
Heyo.
So close, so close.
You spend it, and you still get experience points, so that's something at least.
Yep.
Frank's
so
learning a
the-
lot from this adventure.
Yeah, it's going to be so knowledgeable when you get back to town. The second turn ends, and the crawling comes closer in the stair, and turn 3 starts. So make the knowledge test to see if you go before or after the woman and the crawler, and the ruffian is left. So
I got a 1 again.
Oh snap!
Fail.
I have not succeeded once in initiative.
is it 4 fails again?
I failed.
I
failed.
failed. Yep. Hey, we're in
Okay.
it together, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So the woman, someone opens the hatch to the roof, and a hand comes down because you saw someone patrolling the roof, so that's the fella still there, and drags her up to the roof, and the ruffian in the room, he what would he do? I assume he's quite panicked now, stuck with you guys, no leader, something crawling up the stairs. He puts down his weapon and says, "Spare me. We need to get out of here before that creature crawls up here." You heard
There's
what
our
it did to my friend. He
Please
begs.
don't
He's
kill
weak
you.
against doors. Can you close the hatch?
Yeah, we can definitely close the hatch, and we know it can't climb ladders because we've trapped it down in the basement before. I'm not sure who let it out.
I don't need
That's
it.
not important right now.
But who would do such a thing? It's a crazy beast.
Yeah, it's
Sandy.
crazy people in this world, man. Also, we're going to tie you up.
You wrestle him down and tie him up, or what do you want to do?
I'm down for wrapping him up in the chain and like putting a python through it so it's locked in, and heck, I'll even put another python in the ground to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. I got the
That's
hammer.
gonna take quite a while. I would say you have a round before something, whatever it is, crawls into the room.
To make the point, we have the chalice. That's what we came for. Do we just leave?
Well, how many ways out? There's the one up where the lady went, and then there's thing
Stairs,
coming
and
one
then
way.
there are multiple windows because you saw the flickering light from
And we
outside.
have grappling, hook, and rope.
Yeah. You could
Oh, I have a
most-
terrible idea.
I mean, if one of you could pass a dexterity test, you could organize it such that you anchor the grappling hook, and everyone can just like scoot down the rope in this round.
Oh, we could anchor the grappling hook to him wrapped up in chains. Climb out the window. using
I
him
was
as
gonna say we
bait.
could just break his legs and then we could leave. That'd be pretty quick, right?
And you could probably just hurl him down the stairs as well.
We
You could just hurl him down the stairs.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. We blocked the stairs. We locked that baby up.
We also have lots of supplies, and I have a jug of oil and some stuff to light a fire. Maybe we could have just get out fast and have the whole thing go boom as we leave. Cause there's like bad woman doing ritual, there's evil creature coming upstairs, all of these crazy guys. I say we just blow the whole thing up.
There's an old dwarf I know called Molotov. He used to throw things like that.
Yeah.
Let's wait until we're out, though.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So
I'm going to
what's
try
the
to
plan?
find a place. Plan is to go up the window, I think, with the grappling hook.
Yeah.
So give me a dexterity test then. If you pass it, you manage to anchor the grappling hook and sort of get everyone out to the same run.
Yeah, weak success.
Nice.
Okay.
Just was what you needed. So you anchor. You're very quick thinking makes it so that you guys can make your way down the rope in organized fashion. You are down on the ground. I assume you knock down the ruffian or something so that he doesn't follow immediately.
I believe we broke
And,
his leg. Well, Frank broke his legs.
True.
With justice.
You hear his screams from up the tower as the wingless drake crawls into the room and starts munching on him. And you also hear the woman and the guard up top on the top of the roof shouting at you. Where are you going with the chalice?
Is the door closed down here?
To the tower, to the main entrance.
Yes.
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 Okay.
We're taking
Make
him
it
away
all
from
wrong,
you
bro.
because you're evil. I feel it. It's tingly.
Well, she shouts at you saying, "We need the chalice. We need to complete the ritual so we can break the cycle."
I look at the other guys. Do I know
So
what
what
this
were
is?
paid for? We were paid for bringing us back.
What is the
She's a
cycle?
woman. I don't trust her. She's
I don't
messing
trust
with
her
your
either, but
mind.
as I am running away, I will yell out, "What cycle?"
She replies to you. Good questions. So she replies, "We need to break the 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿 family cycle. It's time for change in Dunmire."
I just keep running.
It's politics. Just keep going.
Yeah, I mean you leg it. You make it far away from the tower. You can't really hear them shouting anymore. I guess you're wondering how they're gonna get down from there with that dragon in the room underneath them. But that's not your problem, right?
It truly isn't, and I think Yerrick set the tower ablaze.
I did. I was hoping to throw a cocktail or two.
You have time. I mean, you're in no rush. You have the chalice. The tower is ablaze. So somehow, or maybe not, the creature survives or not. Maybe it's burned alive in there. You're now maybe half a kilometer away from the tower. You see it's quite ablaze. So the old wood was
I
very
assumed that
dry.
we just went back to our boat.
That's true. Yeah, you're down by the boat, I guess, looking up, maybe.
I put my cork thing back on.
Oh yeah. Cork vest is on. Shall
Cork
we?
vest is on,
Shall we
Yep.
make haste and get back?
Yeah.
I guess
Well, we have to get this to him soon, he said.
we'll get paid and then we'll ask him about that cycle and start something else up.
You know the river by now, so you can avoid the rough patches with the rapids and everything. So you carry the canoe, you paddle, and you eventually make it back just before nightfall to Dunmire, the village where it all started. You enter the nobleman. I assume you're gonna sort of honor your quest, right, and deliver the chalice.
Of course.
What do we notice about the chalice?
You notice that it's very ornate and beautiful with gemstones in it. It's golden. Looks highly valuable, and we have this small tingling sensation when you touch it.
It's not a good chalice. I mean, it's very nice looking, but it gives off bad vibes.
You enter the nobleman's mansion, and he greets you with his long, clean robes and long hair, and he's very grateful. He says, I see you have the chalice. I cherish your return. Tell me, was it arduous? Did you succeed, or did you have to sacrifice much to bring me the chalice?
I lost my blade.
We had to sacrifice much. It was definitely arduous, and Frank here almost died.
And I lost my dog. We were like two peas in a pod, let me tell you. We go way back.
Yes. So certainly it was a great ordeal, but in the end, we persevered.
I'm sorry to hear about the dog and that you almost died, but I'm very grateful, he says. He reaches for the chalice.
I believe we were talking about at least an elf-sized pile of coin.
Yes, I mean there was such an ordeal, it sounds, and I mean losing a companion that you've had for so long, the dog. It must be horrible.
And we almost lost Frank. That was emotionally scarring to me.
Definitely, yeah.
Money could never replace him, but if I had to put a number on it,
I would say elf-sized pile of coins. Just by chance.
Tall Southern elf.
There you go. He leads you into the dining hall. It's all set with everything you could eat, with the cheese balls again and the roast pig. And he has his guards sort of bring in bag after bag after bag of coins, and eventually it is a coin of equal height to the elf in coins. So he honored his agreement. You have the coins. He has the chalice. You've replaced your longsword, of course, with a very fine-looking longsword. It's engraved saying something about his gratitude and honoring Stonevale. And all is well in Dunmire. The vile woman burned to death or was eaten by the drake. Yeah, well done, my lads.
We're gonna ask him about the cycle.
I would definitely say, that's evil, right? As we're like leaving.
I says it's definitely not an evil chalice. We've had it for generations in my family, and it's very important for the stability of the region and the loyalty of the people and everything. So, and the cycle, I think she must have meant, the fact that we want law and order here, and maybe she was an anarchist. He says, as she wants to break the law cycle. That must be it.
She did seem to be looking into regime change.
But that chalice is evil. Nothing against your family or anything. Cleric, I feel it, and it's evil. So just
he did tingle.
He says maybe it's just the right amount of evil.
You should come to church sometime.
I will visit you maybe sometime in the future, he says. But he's happy. Everyone's happy.
People.
I love it. We'll never know. Wow.
So I guess Larry will break into happy days are here again.
Well, that wraps up the adventure. The Chalice of Oaths. Well done. Well played. Very exciting. I think it had it all, right? Some social endeavors, some exploration here, nice combat, or someone almost dying, new pets, everything you could want from a session,
new pets,
right?
Dead pets.
I was just a couple points away from level 3.
I know.
Nice.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you, guys. Do you want the quick wrap of the actual story here, or?
Yeah.
Glenn wants to know.
Yeah. So the gist of the story is that this chalice is an artifact fueling the ritual that this guy Edric, his family has withheld for many generations, and it keeps everyone in this region compliant, but they don't really have any emotions. So if you would have wanted to spend time sort of going around town asking questions, you would have noticed that the people are favorable towards him, but they don't have really any emotions.
Equilibrium.
It's equilibrium. And
That's
this
awesome.
the woman with the ritual, she's from another family, and she just wanted to do the same thing, but for her family. So she wants the same kind of power with the same ritual, but for her family and lineage.
It's so sad. She should have feasted us first. That's on
Yep.
her.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So there was
I
sort
feel
of
a little better. I was unsure,
like-
now I'm like, meh.
Exactly, two evils, and then your choice. So, but yeah, you kept the peace basically.
She can hire, if she survives and is half burned, she can hire us later.
True.
That's
We'll just have a
awesome. I
career
love
in
that.
making the chalice go back and forth.
Exactly.
Now, for Adventurous, is there any experience points for successes and stuff, or is it all based off of rolls? I couldn't remember.
It's only based on the rolls, so it's on failures and double success. And the reasoning behind all that is so that as a GM, when you're preparing material, you don't have to think about where to put XP, how much XP to give for what,
Gotcha.
and to who. It's all automated. So just another thing fewer things to keep track of, basically.
Right.
Understood.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It's a fun system. Thank you for running it.
Yes.
Thank you guys
Very
for
well
playing it.
system.
It was awesome. It was really fun. A lot of unexpected things happened. Nice way of handling that the Drake, and it's happy to see the Bane thing kicking in. So getting it to make a return there.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that was very well. Everything came together.
It's so great. All right, let's go around the horn, say goodbyes, and we'll let Sebastian close us out there for a shout out. But our Scrat from Squirrel Plays, thank you for being here on another Skraturday and making this possible. Where can people find and support you on the interwebs?
YouTube. That's the only thing I got going for me. That's a Squirrel Plays. And then you come hang out in the Discord if you want. Yeah, that's it. Watch some videos, hang out. It's a chill place, I think. Tries to be.
And you can join Jacob's joining some of your streams now too over at a Squirrel Plays.
That's right. In just a couple
Yes.
hours, I will be on the Playground stream.
Oh,
with
that's right. I
Grimwood
forgot
Games.
about that. Yes. Well, we'll hop right over. Dave from Grimwood Games, sir. How about you?
Hi. They can follow me at Twitch, Grimwood_Games, or right here on YouTube at Grimwood Games. And then at 5:30 we're gonna have Scrat and a whole bunch of people on for my Plaguebound series. So
Excellent.
just enough time for me and Scrat to eat dinner.
Yep. That'll be about 2 hours depending on what time zone you're in, guys. So do check that out. Links in the description below for everybody here too. And thank you guys for joining. Last but not least, Glenn. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. Glen Finney. You can find me pretty much on social media under Glen Finney, X, Buffalo, whatever name it is, and all those things. Also on YouTube under Glen Finney. I am one of the grand game masters at the DC 20 West Marches on Discord for people who want to play. And my day job when I'm not playing games with wonderful people like this is as a behavioral neurologist, and I'm doing a big fundraiser for the longest day, RPGs versus AD. You can find that at the longest day site of the Alzheimer's Association. We'd love to have all of you playing games, running games, raising awareness and funds to fight Alzheimer's disease and related disorders.
That's awesome. Again, link in the description below for that as well. Thank you, Glenn. And last but not least, Sebastian, Dawn Fist Games, and Adventurous. Thank you so much for coming to run this. Please, where can people find and support you and check out your game?
Thank you for letting me join and run this. It was really fun. You can find me, everything you would ever want to find is on dawnfist.com. So that's the official website. From there you can find links to Drive Through RPG, the products, The game is available as a PDF and as a print-on-demand book. There's also, I have also published several system-neutral modules that you can run. They are sort of optimized for adventurous, but you can run them in any system. There's also expansions for adventurers, such as additional talents for all classes. Upcoming also the Bard expansion. That's going to be fun to see now with see how it runs in actual games and tweak some of it. And
why? What did I do wrong?
Sorry, nothing wrong.
Nothing.
How did you like the Bard? Did you enjoy playing
I
the Bard?
loved it.
Huh? Nice.
I had a great time. It was great empowering all these guys, and Lair did not take a single point of damage.
He stayed back, right?
That's true. Yeah,
it's one shot, but he didn't feel like crazy overpowered, at least on this run, I don't think. So
No, it didn't.
or underpowered, I should say too. Like, yeah, it felt pretty.
It felt well balanced. I agree.
Nice. Thank you. Perfect. And then, subscribe to the Dawnfist newsletter. It's a little bit of a different thing. So every month I scour the community for all kinds of content. I think in January I read and watched YouTube videos, like 200 videos and articles in total.
Wow.
And then I picked the 5 best pieces of content from the community as the sort of the community gems of the month. So it's a highly curated newsletter. You can read it in like 5 minutes, get everything you want from it, and it's free, of course, like all newsletters.
That's awesome. Again,
In case
guys,
you were wondering, each entry was a Squirrel Plays video. That's what he picked.
It was just a clean sweep.
Yep.
I love it. Well, do check out all of these guys wherever they are. Links in the description below, as always. Thank you, chat, so much for causing a little chaos, helping us make it through. Our fail forward was definitely the name of the game today. Thank you, 𝐼𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐸. I love you. And this has been another fantastical episode of Skraturdays, an Avenue Studios and a Squirrel Plays production with Adventurous. Do give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure. You can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing force known as Avenue Studios by joining our locals or Patreon community or becoming a member on YouTube or Rumble. Doing so not only helps us continue to create high-quality content, but you'll also gain access to bonus content, as well as our private Discord where you can chat with us, everybody here, and play games, so much more. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for all these guys, as well as the sound, music, and ambience. Tonight we're using some Diablo, so of course check that out. And thank you so much for joining the adventure. Everybody else, if you can hang on the call, we'll say goodbyes and record some. Hey, 𝐿𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐸 is in the chat last minute. How's it going, brother? What's up?
Hey, you're
Just in time. We're going to head out. Don't forget to hop over to Grimwood Games in a couple hours, and we will see you next time. All right, bye.
Goodbye.
Na, 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 na.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, hey, hey.